once again, welcome back to Dr. Gears Presents The Dark World, a Ballad of Oaths and Ashes. Back plunging into bad stuff, unsettling stuff once again. We're back with everybody, set and ready to go. Some of us less hair than others. There was a mustache accident. Happens to us all.
No traditional hat, no mustache.
It's a situation. That's what it is. No, next time what it's going to be is we're just going to log in. I'm going to grow this out. Both going to put on beanies. He's going to do the intro. We're going to see if anyone catches it.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll see how long we can get it going.
Intro just goes off. It just shows us. Oh, well, one of us has got to change.
There it is.
One of these things is not like the
Do
other.
me in my shadow.
One of these things just doesn't belong.
I'm sorry. It's funny. I'm easily amused.
Oh, and because it's going to be stuck in my head if I don't get it out there, but you said welcome back, and my brain did. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Sorry.
Oh, Lord. So,
I'm just here on my on the stream.
We may need to do a little bit more of a thorough recap today.
Yeah,
because last episode is lost to the Wi-Fi of Glen Rose, Texas.
No.
Ooh, no.
We have recorded sound on Twitch.
Oh my God.
There's a recorded video and sound on Twitch, but the delay is terrible, so it's not really a real video until like 2 hours in. But the sound is there, but otherwise, it's gone.
So for the sake of our YouTube audience, 2 years from now, who will never see the last episode.
Shit.
Oh no.
When they want to listen to our original cast.
There's going to be a gap in the thing, and it's just not.
Mm-hmm.
No.
At least it was episode 3.
If we're going to do it. I'm sorry, just maybe. Does anyone remember the series Monk at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the VHS set of that, because it is that old,
Mm-hmm.
the VHS was all made the same way, except one, where they reversed the position of his little profile to the top, but the text was still the same. So in order to get it lined up right, either you had to have one where the profile was in the wrong spot, or the text would be upside down. Because it's about a detective with obsessive compulsive disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's not cool.
Meta.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Just gaffes and things. But with that, as the situation sits, a quick recap. And please jump in if I forget shit, because I do.
At the very least, most of the session was us like splitting up loot.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the worst.
Yeah, so if any episode had to be lost, at least it was that one.
There's worse ones. There's worse ones to lose. But with that, the general consensus was that you had as much fun as you could have, and got the book. Started divvying up loot, made vague overtures to killing a random thief who was actually very helpful not getting splattered by toxic water demons. You know, whatever.
Was he though?
Was he really?
His friend that got splashed. His friend that got splashed was more helpful, I think.
There was.
Taking that one for the team.
Going through things, checking out the book, and the book that specifically Draven said, "You'll be happier if you don't read it." You opened it. You'll never guess what happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Flipping through it finds weird things, and also, oddly, the word "My name is Ruin," which doesn't seem really distinctive until your little minion friend asks why you wrote it on the wall. Which I'm sorry, I love Filio's reaction of, "We have to leave right now." Just like, just completely nothing. We have to leave right now. Like, no explanation, no reaction. We have to leave right now. Just hurtling out as his text periodically pops up.
That's that massive bonus in Arcana that I have. That was like ding, ping, 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 ping.
we need to go.
Time to go.
Now.
There's nothing good about this.
Possibly 5 minutes ago.
And I wanted to argue with him, but I knew something was very wrong.
Yeah, it's what
That was just full of nope.
when the cold bastard runs, it's
Full
like
of
seeing
nope, and yet you read the book in the carriage.
it's like
Yeah. That should be
they
okay
just
here.
made it worse. It's fine now.
At least she had the good sense to immediately close it.
He's the same echelon of seeing a bomb tech sprint. It's like no.
I love how the words showed up in the negative space between the runes.
Yeah,
Great touch. That was a good touch.
yeah, that was paging through. It's just like my. Oh no.
No.
No, we won't be doing
No.
that. Oh, thank you. No.
No, we won't be doing that.
Divvied up loot, came back, got some vague explanations from Graven. Not really, but at least sort of an understanding of, hey, at least you didn't fuck up. Fantastic. Got paid. Can actually start working with you now as you made it through. Divvying up some of the goodies and looking to press forward a little bit. Heading back to the illustrious, the grand, the regal blind pig. Which I have to, unfortunately, date a little bit. I stole that name entirely. That is a local bar. And it's just the best name I've ever heard. I'm
Not
sorry,
better.
it's like...
It's not better than the slaughtered lamb.
No, the slaughtered lamb is fantastic, but the blind pig brings something. Not vision, obviously, but still.
This isn't a campy horror movie. What?
No. It's just
It's
a horror
very
movie.
refined.
Refined, damn. You got culture coming out of our ass. But I think it's kind of the broad strokes of there was a sort of on the back end in the meta, there was a level up involved. So people have a little bit more on the ball, a little bit more talent, a little bit more ability, which is fantastic, and cash to spend in an eldritch city that totally makes sense consistently in various ways.
100% of the time.
Downside, navigation is an issue, and you're not actually sure if you wanted to, you could leave. Upside, finding random bullshit happens almost by accident. As an adventurer, that's sort of bread and butter. So there, you win some, you lose some. You want to find some dude, hawking wares and just like a straight up Cenobite, puzzle cube. It's a low chance, but it's there. I'm not gonna tell you how to live. Anyway, but I believe you all recovered back, and there was a little bit of sniping and some back and forth. You were not dead, flush with goodies, treasure, loot, various bric-a-brac and bullshit. Had actually gone through and divvied up, if I remember correctly, setting things off to hash out. And Draven indicated to kind of recover a little bit, and he'd be along at some point, sort of at his behest to an extent. But sort of back at the blind pig, back at the fine little roost, such as it is. And it's a fairly big place. I know I've kind of glossed over it a little bit, mainly because I forgot. But it's a fairly large tavern. More appropriately called an inn, more appropriately called, a place where you herd drunks. It's not a soft place, and it's fairly dingy, and it's exactly the kind of place you could find some dude smoking a pipe in a dark corner wearing a hood. But it's got relatively high ceilings, and the floor is generally clean, and it's not overly expensive, and they don't really give a shit when your crew, who should absolutely not mix in polite society, comes in and out. So it's the little things. But as they sit, I know there was some discussion. I know we did most of the level up-y things. I didn't know if people wanted to buy stuff, if they wanted to go shopping.
Yes.
Role-playing and fireside chats, I imagine. as need be. So we'll figure stuff out.
I
don't
guess
know
I did
who-
actually. I did want to get a mall at one point.
Oh. I'm sorry, I'm vaguely distracted. My wife is apparently making popcorn. Excuse me. So I'm just like, I'm having this moment of just like, the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm like, either someone's making popcorn or I'm having a stroke. Pretty sure it's popcorn.
I hope it is.
It's gotta be one of the two.
Gotta be one of the two. Either way, I'll find out, won't I? But yes, I don't know if we want to do sort of round robin stuff. I don't want to do it because a lot of this is relatively personal because most of you don't like each other.
If anybody's going shopping, I'll tag along.
There you go.
Well, actually, do we not like each other?
I think you're tolerant of each other.
Some of us
at
don't
least,
like some of us. I think
Some
it's
of
probably
us-
the best way to put it.
Don't some of
I'm
us
indifferent
don't, some of
towards the
us-
rest of you.
That's a fun way to put it.
Oh my god.
Sir.
It's a working relationship, so we should know how to get along, but I'll be damned if we don't have fun doing it.
Sure.
Just that one me. Are you guys friends? Yes, no.
is.
It's that kind of response. But yes. So who's shopping? Who's not? Who's doing what?
Yeah, I'll go
Yes,
shopping.
I won't say no to shopping.
Spend that coin, hell yeah.
Spend it to make it. Tatter, if Tatter can look me in her little eldritch eye and say she's not hitting a bookshelf, the moment a coin hits her hand, I'll call you a liar.
Oh man, you haven't let me out of the tavern yet. Let's go. Let's go.
It is what it is. So there's a general migration to check shit out. Hamlin's little shopping accoutrements again are somewhat varied. It's again, you spent a little bit of time here and you've learned to somewhat roll with it. You kind of end up where you're going, whether you really intended to go there or not. It's what you call fucked up. It's a problem, and to an extent, it's just like, well, this is kind of life. I don't know. It's at a certain point you just sort of have to roll with it. It's it kind of runs on its own sort of rules to a certain extent, and there seems to be a lot of that. But you do get your way into the sort of market area of Hamlin, and it is varied. You have sort of an even smattering between actual, like, there is a building with shops in it and it's an actual place, down to what you buying. Just dude trench coat. You have options. There are options. So what are we looking for?
Gosh.
Because I imagine you all kind of just gravitate there, and it's just like derp, just releasing cats into an open area.
You're at least releasing at least one.
At least one. At least one.
I'm browsing shops that have magical weapons, items. I'm browsing shops that have jewelry, and I'm browsing shops that have arcane relics.
I see.
I'm mostly browsing shops that sell weapons, preferably magical, but like I'm specifically in the market for a mall. And also, I actually would like to invite Filial with along. I mean,
All right.
seems like he has a reason to be there anyway, so why not?
I'll go along.
I would probably want to shop for maybe some new clothes since I can actually afford it now. And probably see if I can buy myself a musical instrument or two since multi-class now into Bard. Maybe I can find myself a nice little loot.
Skin loot.
I'm sorry. I'll try to tap back the asides. My great-great-grandfather and my mom's side actually played a lute. I'm not kidding. He used to play a lute in a subway for drinking money.
Love it.
Fun fact!
What better
I'm
reason
sorry,
is
just
there to play loot?
just the weirdest thing.
Somebody in Twitch said, "Crazy. I'm not 100% sure Nolan isn't Gear's son at the moment."
I mean, I might be. You don't know.
You
Yeah,
don't know.
I ported that over
I
to
mean-
the screen.
I buy it.
Oh yeah.
I'm young enough
Nice,
that I
that's
could
on the
be.
screen. Oh my god.
Shut up!
There's
Shut
enough
up!
of an age difference that
If
could be
you
possible.
look, if you start
Shut
calling Gear's daddy, we're gonna have to all follow suit
man,
for the
no,
for the
no.
laws.
no.
So we can't get into
No.
that.
I can't go through
No,
that.
there's
again,
only
I'm
one
sorry.
person here that I call daddy, and I'm not giving out her name right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna hit up a bookstore. Definitely. I'm looking for one very specific type of book, but also a very specific type of bag.
Hmm.
So, starting with the books though, because that's more
Alright.
important.
Okay.
Before Caroline and I head off, I
Yes.
would like to know,
Mm-hmm.
after we returned to Draven's and when we left, because I intended to go and retrieve my book, but she beat me to it.
That's
Did
correct.
Did I see her, and did she find it?
I did find it, but I don't know if you saw me. How do you want to go about that?
I think it almost would make. Well, I don't know if would he have seen her? Well, he was kind of in the area. He might have glanced it.
I was
Maybe
going to
not
head for it.
Yeah,
Like,
I imagine
I
it was one of
intended to-
those. Didn't
Were you gonna gun
necessarily
for it?
see the pretty kitty pick it up and put it in her bag, but went to the area where book most likely was and returned from it. So it's maybe not 100%, but a pretty reasonable.
But then I went to where the book was, and the
Yeah.
book wasn't there.
The book was not there.
Okay,
Mhm.
So
I can
I
work
also
with
imagine that lots of other people they all like Draven or
Oh, sure,
you know,
like,
the
yeah.
whole sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can definitely work with that.
but nevertheless, I think that was the round. So we'll kind of go through various people's shopping experiences, I suppose. at
And another
various-
quick aside before
Yes.
we leave,
please.
I'm going to summon my Book of Shadows
Mm.
and turn it to the first page
Mhm.
where I wrote the words.
Mhm.
And now that I've had a long rest
Mhm.
and I check the book, are the words still there?
Ooh, we did this at the end of the last session too.
Ooh.
It, a reference. Filial went through a brief rite and scribed, "My name is Ruin," into the book. To which they've been relatively nervous about saying because one doesn't know. Within the book, yes, it is technically yes.
And so
words are still there.
just to be
Mhm.
clear,
Yes.
this Book of Shadows
Yes,
is my pact book.
correct.
Okay.
This is an understood piece.
Okay.
It is weird. The blood, the actual ink, so to speak, has faded. However, it does seem to have lent a discoloration, a distortion. It's still there. It's still legible. Of "My name is Ruin," but it's not as you left it, which is odd. But it response of some kind. There's something going on. There's something going
Close the book and be on my way.
on the way out
Mhm.
to Eldritch shopping. I don't know where we want to start. Who wants to go first?
I have two questions.
There it is. Yes.
What time is it? And it was only yesterday that the events of last session happened, right?
Yes. Yes, he would have had
cool.
a cold
Everybody
long
take
rest,
their
but
long
it would
rest?
be. Yeah, we had a long rest, enough to
Okay.
recover. But it is relatively early morning. Again, that can more things that are mushy. The sun's up, it's bright, people are doing shit. You just kind of roll with it.
You thought I asked that to see if you thought I asked that to see if we had a long rest yet.
Yes.
No,
yes, we have.
that was not the reason.
But indeed. So I don't know if we want to start. Where we start?
Caroline would probably be out in the open waiting for Filial
to join up and
I'm
head off
right
to the
behind you.
right.
Yep,
Right on
I'll
the
come right
heels.
with you.
Morning, Filial. Want to talk to you for a bit.
All right, we can walk and talk.
All right. Let's see. You and I believe you and I both gotta go to the same place anyway. So, let's see. I'm actually about to buy a weapon for myself. But before we do that, she reaches around in a bag to and then pulls out a very familiar looking book. I believe this is yours.
Oh, well, thank you, Caroline.
However,
I
I snatched this up last night because, well, I needed it, but honestly, I couldn't sleep last night knowing that I stole from you. So I wanted to go ahead and ask you directly. All right? Can I keep this? Because there's a reason why I'm here. And the fact that I now have this could actually save lives. But the thing is, it is ultimately your book, so it's yours. If
What do you need it for?
So I'm here for I'm here for a reason, and it's kind of clandestine, but I promise you, it is actually to save lives.
So I reach into my pocket and I pull out I have Greaves's book, and I have the one that we found in the what you call it, in the dungeon.
Yeah.
And would one of these work?
Honestly, the more the merrier, but yeah.
Oh, I'm not offering to give you an edition.
I know.
I'll trade you one of these.
Trust me. You
that
can.
one.
You absolutely
If
can.
it'll work.
I'm more than willing. I'm more than
All
willing
right.
for that.
I'll give her the shit fuck book we found in the. If it'll work.
I mean, hey,
Shit fuck book.
that might actually be better because it was made during a different time. So, hey. Well, anyway,
You're putting an awful lot of trust in me.
It's a terrible idea.
Filling me in on your goings on.
Well, you're putting a lot of trust in me. Remember, I am defending y'all in combat and all that. So, I mean, hey, I thought trust is a two-way street, and I'd like to make sure that's two-way.
That is much appreciated. I like the way you do business, Kitty Cat.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Now, let's see. Mall. I actually wanted a mall for two reasons. One, to look out, and two, just in case I need a big ol' hammer, believe it or not. So yeah. What are you in the market for?
I'm keeping my options open at the moment.
Oh, nice. All right.
I tend to get distracted by shiny things, so I'll probably make my decision when I get there.
Understandable. I mean, hey, shiny things are nice.
Lovely. All right. Well, kind of browsing around a little bit as you move into the market districts again. It's there's people moving around. There's a lot of shops. There's a lot of different pieces here. As far as smiths and people making weaponry, you have sort of various options. You have people making weaponry and just reselling it, but it does vary. Um, and just a second, and finding a mall is it's not the hardest thing in the whole world. It is not what you'd call a complex weapon.
Yeah.
It is an evolved version of bonk, but it is still in the bonk family. So,
Yes.
it is the sort of weapon that you can occasionally make by accident. So they're
Yep.
not the hardest thing in the world. It's in that family of weapons.
Big heavy thing on a stick. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's not the hardest thing in the whole world. So getting into it is not too hard. It's finding the correct piece for it. You know, just the right thing that fits, because she's a big kitty. So getting the right kind of maul is maybe a little bit more effort than the average bear. Filial, however, is a little bit more esoteric, a little bit more refined in his interests and tastes. So what are we actually looking for? Is whatever sort of strikes the fancy, or is there sort of a directed piece, something?
Whatever strikes the fancy, really.
Whatever strikes the fancy.
I could use with something enchanted that would get my armor class up. I don't like being squishy.
That does suck. That does suck.
Even though I think I'm the second least squishy of the party, I want to be as less squishy as I can.
as little squishiness as possible. And if I remember, you picked up the anti-cold ring mail, if I remember right, which is nice, but still moving.
No, I didn't.
Was that not
Sam? I think Sam.
No,
took the
that
mail.
was Sam.
Yeah,
that was Sam.
got out
Excuse me.
I actually did write that down.
Son of a puppy. My bad.
I initially said I wanted it, but Sam
Yeah, I
claimed
think
it
that
when we
was,
were
and
hitting
then
things up.
it went through. I don't know.
I mean, if you want it, I can give it to you.
No, that's why
Let's
we're
see
doing
what's
this.
available in the shops. Let's see what's out there.
This is what we're doing here.
There's better things in this world to be resistant to than cold.
There it is. So,
Yeah, like Hellfire.
I mean, if you're picking.
I mean, fire is actually pretty common, so.
Necrotic.
Yeah, that's always fun. Nothing like level damage to really ruin your fucking day. It's true. But yeah, so looking probably for more than just a little bit of the standard equipment. Looking for things a little bit more enchanted, a little bit fancier, a little bit tastier. Feel like kind of poking around. Some of the shops here, they have decent stuff, but you are looking for something perhaps a little bit more
Refined.
a little bit more refined, a little bit fancier. And the pretty kitty is looking for bonk. Ideally a bonk that glows, but hey, which is, fine.
For pump and for bonk.
Hey,
But
so long as it doesn't break in the middle of combat.
Kind of moving from that a little bit, just a little ways, there is a shop that does kind of strike the fancy to a certain extent. It is a very narrow sort of shop. It's, sort of just a building sort of wedged. This was probably an alley at one point that someone turned into a building. It looks relatively official, like there's brick and stuff. It's like an actual official building, don't sue me. Kind of thing. It's totally official, and you'd totally find it on a blueprint. It looks a little rickety, but it does have some interesting looking stuff in the window. Definitely looking like a prospect.
Well, let's take a step inside then. Is Caroline still with me?
I imagine Caroline, kind of trucking along with, but she's kind of this looks interesting, but
Mhm.
hey, one never knows.
When no one knows.
I'll stick with Caroline until she finds her mall.
Oh, hell yeah.
So are we going into the narrow shop, or are we heading to the Smiths first?
Well,
Because these are
we
sort
know
of
where the narrow
new-
shop is now. We can stop by and I'll sell. Caroline,
Wait.
this is my kind of place. We can find your mall and then stop by here on the way back.
There we go.
All right. Though I do want to point out. Remember how Draven said that this town's geography is kind of fucky and changing.
It is kind of fucky, but it seems like we usually find where we want to go, and this is a place I want to go. So we'll get
Alright,
there
fair
eventually. I want
Alright.
to test. I want to test the theory.
Alrighty, we can go there first if you want. I'm fine with that.
So to the smithy then.
Heading that
yeah.
way. Heading out to the Smiths, you find one that does seem pretty respectable. They're doing good business. It does seem to be of relative quality, and they do have various equipment that are pretty nice. Let me see what I can do. Gentlemen, sort of running it. You have your standard kind of burly Smith folk, kind of noticing you sort of ghosting around a little bit. Sadly, they pretty much ignore Filial because they assume that it's the Amazonian kitty is probably here for the heavy metal bits.
Yeah.
Assumptions. It's mean, but there it is.
In the meantime, I'll ignore them too and start fiddling with the new pump I got yesterday.
Fuck you too. Casual racism. Anyway, well, the gentleman does come up and kind of strike conversation with the pretty kitty, seeing what she's after. What are you looking for?
Hi there. I'm in the market for a mall. Preferably a nice looking one. A nice one. Preferably something with a little bit of enchantment. But I ain't picky. I'll take the best one you got, and I can afford off it, obviously.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Hmm?
He starts kind of looking around, looking at some of the malls, some of the various wacky equipment, and seeing what's around, what's there, what can be utilized. It varies. Some of them are the equipment here does tend to be relatively basic. Not necessarily that it's bad, but there's not a whole lot of ornamentation. There's not a whole lot of BS. It is just good, solid weapons that do the do. And yes, and I'm sorry, just on the back end here, I don't like how 5e arranges its crap. It bugs me. I'm sorry. The equipment, like the way it's split up, is very annoying. Now let me see this here. Would you come on? It runs the gamut. Again, mall is a pretty wide term. You have what runs the gamut from sort of a glorified mace to what is functionally a piece of rebar. It'll you have things that'll whack and generally do the job. Again, they're going to run you a lot of the basic ones. Not really getting enchantments or anything like that. Run you between 5 to 15 gold pieces. It's a hunk of metal. It'll crush stuff. It doesn't do anything fancy. That's nice. You have that. That's well, you have a fair bit of whack already. Let's move up from there. Granted, it does get a little bit more pricey, but it does start offering up options, and it is a little bit more limited. But again, not the oddest of things. Let's see here. Now, as for mall, because I do like people to be relatively fulfilled, are we going something a little bit more Macy style, a little bit more like Billy Club style? There's various ones. Amusingly, it's funny because with Caroline being sort of a cop, when you bring up Mall 5e, it looks like a Billy Club. It's
Yeah.
just kind of neat how that pops up immediately. But anyway, a little bit more Mace, a little bit more club. You know, what are we looking at?
I'm looking for more, basically a bigger version of my Warhammer, preferably. But I mean, mall's a mall. If it hits good and it'll like if it's a little bit magic and it hits good, I ain't gonna complain.
Well, fellas start kind of looking around, seeing what they can get for you, what they can get around. As a lot of times this stuff isn't exactly the cheapest in the whole world. Granted, you're not the worst, but it is an issue. Oh Lord. Sorry, just looking at a couple things here. Let me see. Go ahead. Do me a small favor. So I'll put your I'll put your fate in your own hands. Why not?
All right.
Always fun. Let me get a couple of things here. There we go. Thank God. I'm sorry. I've just been fighting with this stupid thing. All right. Let's go ahead and roll me a D6, if you could.
A D6, you got it.
Caroline's about to get the primo shit.
Let's go.
We're gonna see.
To everyone, 5.
5.
Not bad.
Here we go. Oh my God. Again. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh Lord. All right. I'm sorry. It's so good. I'm sorry. Anyway, working your way through. So good. Again, some things jump out at you, some things don't. It's moving through this relatively cluttered thing. You see something. A little ways off, hanging towards the rear of the shop, there is a bludgeon. It is a two-handed hunk of metal. It is the nature of the hunk of metal. On one side, you have sort of the skull sort of face. The other side, a living, presumably living face sculpted out of metal, contorted into utter terror. This distorted, wailing face. It's also fairly ornate for what's going on. It is a striking mace.
Yes.
And again, it's a big two-headed. It's a chonky boy. Definitely qualifies as a maul. But it is a beast. And kind of, it's like that. So how much is that doggy in the window?
Yeah.
Bark.
Caroline goes up to it and asks, "Hey, can you tell me a bit about this one?"
Oh, that damn thing. Got it in a trade from some asshole coming from somewhere. I don't know what the hell's with it. It's got some kind of enchantment, but I don't know what the hell works with it. It's funky, though.
It's funky, though.
Well, I suppose we could figure that out right now.
We were shut down for the night. Had a boy in here making sure nobody makes off with anything. Came back in the morning, he was fucking catatonic, sitting at the base of this thing. Damn this thing.
Out comes the book.
Yeah, you already know what I was about to ask you.
the
Here it comes.
the Smith
Recast.
is a little ambivalent on this, but it's like he'd like to actually know what the fuck's going on. Because if it's something cool, he can charge you more, so you might want to be a little bit careful about what you do and don't do.
Yeah.
Regardless, this would
While
be
he's
Mhm.
he's doing that whole the
Now,
whole
is
ritual.
this is detect magic, just correct, or is this? What do you
I thought it was like,
I'll start with detect magic.
okay.
um,
I assumed it was going to be identified, but
You'll
yeah,
want
yeah.
to get a price for that. You want to get
Yeah.
a price for that.
Yeah. Well, he's ripping up, going up with the ritual. And all.
surreptitiously cast. Don't want to tip
Yeah.
them all.
What's the price on this?
That was pretty nice. It's not our work, but it's pretty nice. You see him kind of hemming and hawing. He seems ambivalent. Casting detect magic. Yeah, this shit's enchanted.
Yeah.
Straight up. Let me.
I'll give Caroline a covert wink, a
Dumb.
little nod.
Yeah, definitely something going on.
Yeah, alright. That sounds.
I'll roll stealth to make sure that the shopkeeper didn't, or the smithy didn't see me do it. If I need to.
You know what? It's busy enough, and again, big kitty. I feel comfortable in Caroline's ability to be thick. That
Yeah.
You don't have to do that in this one case. But he hems and haws, and eventually, I don't know, what do you say, 400?
400?
No.
Yeah, alright. I'll take the gamble.
It's a nice piece. It's a nice piece.
Oh yeah, like the quality alone. I imagine that's actually worth the price already.
Oh. I suppose.
All right.
A deal is struck. A bargain made. Pretty much.
God.
Pretty much.
I actually did spit in my hand too.
You dingling.
I don't even know why I did.
LARP has its limits.
Oh my god.
So you secure the mace. You do know that it's magical. That you secure the mace. That when you grab this honk of death, that is eerie. Because grabbing it just for a moment, you hear like this bass note. Like if you were to take, I don't know how many of you have experience with orchestra. Take a contrabass and take the bow and just draw it along the strings real hard, just saw into them. For a moment or two, there's sort of this reverberation, this deep thrum. And it is just the kitty who hears it as she grabs this unsettling mace. It happens and then passes. But it is just a moment of... What? The hell?
What?
But it's got some heft.
Any of y'all hear that? I assume that's a hammer.
No, I don't. And now that the deal struck, let me identify this.
The Smiths sort of scoosh you off, and you do some quick identifying.
Mhm.
Let's identify.
Which should be able to get the set.
Oops. I didn't.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I'm sorry.
Yep, so I'll put my
Yeah.
hand on it and start muttering some words and
Start muttering. There's some spice to this thing. It again, unsettling. Again, you catch. Okay, so that's what she was talking about. This bass note that kind of comes when you touch it. but you are able to effectively identify the object. It is a mace of terror, but it's a mole. What the fuck does that mean? It okay. So here's how it's described, and it is a legacy item. So if it gives you trouble about it, we'll just fix it. But it is a mace of terror, +1. But it's a mole, so it has mole damage stats at a +1. In addition, it holds 3 charges. You can expend a charge to release a wave of terror. Everything in 30-foot radius. You can choose the creature, but each creature within 30 feet must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom or become frightened of you for a full minute.
Oh my.
When they are frightened, they will do anything they can to move the fuck away from you and will not willingly move closer than 30 feet to you. They also can't take reactions at all. It can try to, and for its actions, it can try to run away or cower in terror. That's pretty much what it gets. It recovers 1d3 charges a day. If you have a mastery property, it has the sap quality. Which when you bonk someone with it, it imposes a disadvantage on their next attack roll before the start of your next turn. It's mean
Actually,
shit.
That actually isn't correct.
Oh?
Yep.
Oh no.
That is the mace. This is a mole.
Well, I know, but I'm saying this is a mace of terror, but it's a mole.
It's it's mace stats.
Yeah, it's mace. The weapon property is the mace stats.
Yeah,
Moles actually have a topple.
Oh, does it? Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's a mole, but it has this bullshit with it.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
See, and I'm telling all of this to Caroline.
Yeah, no, this is.
And seems like you could push a lot of coffee cups off the table with this Kit Kat.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty. That is very fitting.
It's a beast.
You got a deal on this one.
Oh yeah. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you.
Tasty pieces.
While we're
that
here,
was the roll, man. Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask: do they have any? Do you have any manacles? Run of the mill, everyday manacles.
Like shackles and shit. Yeah, I think we got some.
Hand shackles, foot shackles.
And
Set.
there's a disturbing amount of.
Nothing
just
spicy,
it's-
nothing special. Just enough to restrain someone should they need a rise.
They're willing to, produce up some manacles. If I remember, like they're cheap as hell. Enough, pretty good quality too. Some of these are actually pretty nice. Again, you don't know what it means if they just have like shackles around, like they're just available, and you sure that means something. Probably not good. It's probably banned. But they are able to secure a set of good quality shackles without much to do.
How much are they?
What was the thing? Because it doesn't tell you. It's so funky. It's like they have magical mundane items are completely separated, and you have to jump around for it. And
I'll give him 2.5 gold for 5 sets.
yeah, that should be pretty efficient. And they do hold up to the your standard ability. Yeah, no, he quickly makes that deal. Got loads of these things.
Done.
Dun.
Dun,
That was a good
dun.
idea, Philio.
Get some good pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, also, quick clarification. What was the? Remind me what the price was. It was 400, right?
400 gold.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheap as hell. Cheap as hell. But he didn't know what the fuck he had.
Yeah.
Oh. take it for what it is.
That's the deal of the decade there. You got Maryland.
Hang on to that.
Oh,
Hang
yeah.
on to that.
Well, oh yeah. I'm kind of imagining it looks like that one like mall from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Yeah, there's some. It doesn't look like a weapon that someone who has good thoughts should be carrying. I'm just to put a fine point on it. But nevertheless, now I don't know if we want to do filial, if we want to jump around.
Yep.
Jump up, and get down.
Billy,
Stop at that place on the way back. What's that?
Heading back to the narrow shop, I believe. The little narrow, the weird place. See what they got up offered. Pushing into this little narrow, it's not a back alley shop because it takes up the whole alley. This is interesting. It is random. There's enough room to kind of... You couldn't extend your arms, but you get your elbows out. And you sort of have everything along one wall, and you have a bunch of shit on the other wall, and there's sort of a bar. There's a spot, there's a bench, desk sort of thing. With this rather bored looking lady. Just kind of nods when you come in and just keeping an eye on shit. It's the absolute randomness of this. There's like absolutely mundane shit put up against actively glowing crystal balls, a bird cage, no bird in it. It's still tweeting. Just random shit. It's fantastic.
The shop's not going to be there when I get there, and I'm so mad about it.
I'm so mad.
I'm going to take the birdcage.
You mean
a birdcage that tweets like a bird's in it with no bird in it?
That's
okay.
Neat.
I'm gonna grab that birdcage and walk straight to the counter. Set it on the counter. I'm curious about this item, lady.
Yeah, it does that.
So is there an actual bird? Is it invisible?
No, it just tweets.
So there's nothing to feed.
No.
Moon's haunted.
Does it do it all night and all day?
No, it just kind of random. Some guy brought it in. The guy who owns the place just collects everything.
Ooh. All right. How much would you want for this?
Fuck, I don't know. Hang on. She kind of leans down, grabs a book, kind of pages through it with an absolute dearth of interest. And rattles off, I don't know, 10 gold. I don't know. It's supposed to be fancy.
I'm shopping for some other enchanted items. I'm part of an adventuring.
Oh yeah, we get guys like you through here.
Yeah. Anything that would help along the adventures.
Oh yeah. Like armor.
I'm particularly interested in things that would keep me from getting hit physically.
Okay.
Or things that, if I did get hit, maybe with some arcane properties that would reduce the effect on me. Seems to be a lot of that danger around here.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, hang on. She starts absently kind of paging through this notebook apparently that she has to keep track of shit. Which is utterly insane. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Why not? We'll see what we can do.
I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll that
one. No.
That's only on d20 checks.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. And you usually declare it anyway, so...
Shit. So what did you get?
1.
1. It happens. It's okay.
She's gonna give you the poop from the bottom of the birdcage.
Something
Rub
like
this
that.
on yourself when you get into battle.
It'll help. It'll absolutely help. Fuck. She starts kind of directing you to some of the items about. These run the gamut from, nice armor to armor that is obviously functionally costume jewelry, which is nice, whatever. It really super not what you're looking for, which is a problem. You try and be polite to an extent, and you're not sure if she's just tired or if she's stupid. but, but something is getting lost in translation. It's annoying. She's like, well, like magic stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Magic armor.
Okay. Like good armor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on.
Yeah.
And she kind of hops off her little stool and just kind of goes rummaging somewhere behind that desk, and it's just
You,
somewhere in the back there. I could have robbed this place and already been out of here. Anyway.
Well, I'm casing it right now
Okay, that's what's happening right now.
because I haven't failed on charm person yet.
Did you use detect magic?
Oh
you-
God,
Did you cast detect magic as ritual?
Not
Did
yet.
you?
not
Oh.
yet.
I kind of wanted to feel the lady out before I started doing that.
I thought, like for Caroline, if it has been within those 10 minutes, you just walk in with it already cast. And
No, because I
think
cast
we-
identify after the
Ah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
overlaid, so
No.
a little bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Casting that shit before you walk into a store.
It's again, she's kind of rummaging, and she tosses up this set of chainmail. It's nice, like it's better than what she's found. She says, "Oh yeah, it's mumble." She's saying it's good, which is like okay,
Do you mind if I have a closer look at it?
yeah, go ahead. And
I'd also like to check the integrity of it. While Phil checks out the magic aspects.
Fair enough. So start looking over it. So you're casting,
Identify.
just looking at casting identify. Excellent. Casting through to try and find. Excuse me. It is a chain shirt. It is nice. It is a bit dull and definitely fairly dingy. However, casting Identify does reveal something a little bit more alarming. It's adamantine. It is an adamantine train shirt, which basically makes it so you can't get critted. Ever. Except by
Ooh.
magic. That's about it. Which is just
Damn.
like, what?
Hmm.
It's not necessarily enchanted, but, like, it's nice. It is weird that it's sitting in this hole, but hey, what's one to do?
What does Caroline think of all this when she's like looking at it?
This place is overstimulating.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in here, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What does she think of the almal while?
Oh, there
like,
it-
filial. Yeah.
This is actually pretty nice. Adamantite is not the easiest thing in the world to weave.
I'm like, my nose is turned.
Yeah.
like this. Like, ew.
Oh. It is definitely fairly dingy, but
I pull it up like I'm smelling it. Like,
yeah, I think that came off a dead guy. Just rummages around.
Caroline gets
And
like
I look at Caroline and I'm like, do you think this might fit Sam?
hmm.
Like, I'd rather get this for someone I don't like.
Hmm. Honestly, I
It's
think it
supposed to
might
be
be a bit
nice.
too heavy for Sam.
You think? You think Tatter? I mean, this. I'm looking at this and I think Tatter.
Oh, oh no.
I mean,
Oof,
look at that.
oof.
I can't.
Listen, I love Tata, but like I don't think she could wear this.
She sort of pops her head up. Like, I know for some people, like, rings are armor. Is that, like, a thing? Like,
Depends,
It's part of what we
yeah.
do is travel with the theater. We're honestly looking for something magical costume type
oh!
more to look at, but this is I don't know if I could take this on the stage without a lot of thorough cleaning. I'll have to put some more
Yeah,
coin into it.
it's kind of beat up.
What would you take for this and the bird cage? Would you give me a discount if a
Probably.
package deal?
Like, you want me to keep looking, or you just want this stuff?
I mean you can keep looking. I'll
Yeah,
keep it in the pile. Maybe we can just do a
yeah,
deal.
yeah. I'll do a thing.
I'm not.
This one's He rummages, comes up with a couple other bits. Some of it's junk. One of it, though, is interesting. There's a ring. It's not especially. It's made of wood, of all things. Just this little ring sitting there. Where instead of a stone, it has this very ornately carved, um, relatively dim crystal, like a mushroom cap, instead of an actual stone setting on it. Um, it gets a little wood ring. It's weird, but it's pretty. It's definitely pretty. Again, she keeps rummaging, kind of mumbling and tossing stuff out.
You know,
Any other
if we actually got like a plushie and put it in that bold cage, that'd probably be really funny.
might be. Or any other interesting items? Do I see anything interesting like with the birdcage over in the shelves or anything like that?
There's some kind of bric-a-brac here and there.
Any musical instruments or chains?
Mm, indeed. Um, there are some okay ones. Chains, not really. Shockingly, it tends to be stuff with like a jewel, like a necklace or something like that. Not really, relatively solid chain, but there is some around. But uh, um, getting up with stuff because it's being annoying. Uh, um, there are a couple of instruments about of various persuasions. I know we were interested in. Was the loot a joke, or are we actually looking for a loot? Because I'm good either way. I don't want to commit to something.
As far as I'm casing the place to rob
Yeah.
it, that's not a joke. I am absolutely casing this
Absolutely. I'm bleeding this place. There are some nice things around. Definitely pretty nice. There is a little bit of warding going on. There is some, you can kind of pick up. You want to be a little careful kicking in here, but it is definitely interesting. But she kind of keeps rummaging and eventually kind of comes back up, and that's all I really got back here. So you wanted the chain, and then the bird cage, and like, was that it?
So the whole pile of bric-a-brac and junk that you brought out, there's the ring, and I'm motioned to
Yeah.
the whole pile.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm not gonna be like this specific thing.
Yeah,
this
no,
specific
hell
thing.
no.
Yeah, I can take this back to the troop, and we could just throw out what we don't want to keep. How much for the whole pile package deal?
I don't know. Hang on. She pages through stuff. It's supposed to be like, some of the stuff's supposed to be pretty good. Like 550, Could we do that? There's a
So-
lot of stuff here.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm like, and I'm looking like I am ready to leave
Yeah.
as soon as I can get out of here.
Appreciate it.
I'm Filial K. Lazarus, and I'm dressed like Filial K. Lazarus.
Oh shit!
All right. I put $5.50 on the counter.
Yeah.
Put everything in my bag of
Yeah,
holding.
just whiff. Whiff.
Is there
And,
anything else you'd like to take a look at, Carolyn?
Let's see. I don't really think so. If she takes a quick look around, sees it if anything's interesting, and
The answer is yes, but if you follow that line of thought, you're not getting out of here. Everything's
anything that she would care about.
Not especially, not without doing anything too exhaustive. Nothing really jumps out.
Was there anything in particular that struck my interest, relic-wise? Any arcane relic-looking pieces?
There's a couple of bits here. You notice, a little bit higher on the shelf. The places that are harder to get to casually do tend to have a little bit punchier stuff, and you did notice a couple little bits here and there.
Okay.
One or two in particular definitely seem like religious items of some type.
Ooh.
Also, some statuary that definitely seems to have some sort of significance, but you're not sure what the fuck they're of. There's some interesting stuff here.
So over just to my side, I start moving my hand, waving it, and I cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And it manifests as a bright red dot.
Hello, Satan.
On the floor,
Hands in fucking
about
face.
5 feet in front of Caroline.
Hello, Satan. Welcome back.
You motherfucker!
Ah!
And I zip it across to the right,
Oh my God.
up the
Yeah,
shelves.
she
and
takes
about
that
halfway
new-
up the shelves.
Derp.
She is taking that brand new
Higher brain
fucking mall.
function.
And I zip it
Keep
back down to the other side, halfway up the shelves.
This poor shop girl is just shouting, "What the fuck, man?"
It's the fucking red dot! It's the fucking red dot!
The red dot of doom.
Jesus, what the fuck is wrong? Like,
It zips
Just
over and touches
baffled.
Caroline's feet, wobbles around a bit, and back up the side of the shelves.
she's like, get out. Like,
What
God.
exactly is Caroline doing?
She is swinging that fucking thing.
All right, now
Oh no.
Caroline,
Kitty.
Caroline,
So much-
Caroline, calm down,
Yeah.
calm down.
The red dot! It's the red
So
dot!
much
I
for
don't
us
know.
going
I
in
don't
this
know.
store.
I don't know. Sometimes it's an Azamar thing. I've never seen her get like this. I have to, and I'm
My
calming
God.
Caroline down.
She's shouting. Get
Down.
the
Down.
fuck
Do you have
out.
a squirt bottle? Down.
Oh shit.
Get
Down,
down.
down. And in the chaos,
Yes.
can I scoop up some of those artifacts that I saw?
Oh. Risky.
That is brilliant.
Roll me your
Oh,
stealth.
yeah. Well, good luck.
I am going to spend a luck point.
Getting out ahead of that.
That's a 13.
How
It's some-
distracted is she?
it's some bullshit. Legitimately. Like, I know how I want
Caroline's
it to go.
tail is just.
She's on
But in the
all
same-
fours, too.
Oh
in
my
the same way
God, I need this
that
drawn.
booming blade, the thing made of water, didn't make any goddamn sense. This
Yep.
This
Yeah.
also, I cannot in good conscience believe that any living human who is totally not coked out, like drugged out of her gourd, would be paying attention to fuck all other than the 7-foot cat that just tried to vault up a 12-foot shelf with her face.
Hair's all
And
spiky.
I'm gonna say that works. I'm gonna go ahead and say that works.
Misdirection.
I can't in good conscience say that wouldn't work.
Oh my god.
That's just how that works. You are able to nick a few items.
Oh
The
my
one
goodness.
downside being, again, having to sort of play the bit, a big kitty. You're not able to necessarily target too much, so it's sort of it's less sort of, sneaking pieces off, and more just kind of like sort of a magical arm sweep.
Yeah, just like
To
straight into the bag.
Just to kind of whiff stuff and figure it out later. Oh my God, we'll deal with all of this. Fucking leg it. It's- the poor shop girl. Again, she has the same level of attention as a gas station attendant that just, absolutely got lit up in the bathroom and it's like 3 a.m.
Oh,
and like
God.
someone comes in and just like turns over the display. It's like, wow, that fucking happened. Damn.
And I'm ushering Caroline out the door. No. I'm so sorry. I have to apologize.
I need to kill it. I need to kill it.
You don't understand.
Dispel. Red dot dispelled.
Yeah.
I'm ushering Caroline.
Yeah.
I apologize profusely, madam. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure that my friend doesn't come here anymore.
She shout and get the fuck out of here.
I apologize. I apologize profusely.
What the hell?
And then we walk out.
Escape.
Escape.
Does it look like Caroline got the dot?
Damn it.
No, it fucking doesn't.
Damn.
Did you get it? Did you get it, Caroline? Where the fuck did that evil manifest from? It has to be one of these items. Has to be cursed. I'll have to check them. I should have checked that ring before I put it in my bag.
God. Oh.
It's mean, but it's funny, and that's what.
Wait a minute.
And I'm grinning like a shit-eating possum.
Yeah, you could have just asked. I would have done it.
I had to test the theory.
Secret alleyway shop, and now I can't go in it.
Well, you can. You're just gonna have
If I
to
can
step
find
over
it,
There
it's
wasn't
not
anything
closed.
you wanted in there anyway.
I don't know any giant cats. Such a shame what happened.
Damn.
Gosh, they just let anybody in these places these days.
We share a
That
laugh.
other guy sounds
we-
real suspicious, though.
Do we share a laugh?
I would.
Yeah, we share a laugh. We share a laugh. That was funny as fuck.
Should we head back to the others?
Yeah, they might be expecting us.
I'll pull out that mushroom ring and cast Identify as we walk.
Yeah, as you cast Identify, it's a ring of protection
Mushroom.
+2.
Oh, sick.
Mushroom.
Ring of protection +2.
Yeah,
And that armor
Jeez.
was adamantine chain shirt.
correct.
Outstanding.
You got a really good deal on that.
Yeah.
You got a really good fucking deal.
I believe it.
5-finger discount right there.
Well, I paid for those.
Crime, absolutely. Incidentally, it's the ring of protection provides both a +2 for armor class and a +2 for saving throws as a whole. if you know that. Dope as hell. Now, I don't know if we want to take a quick break, if people want to potty or get snacks or whatever, or if we want to keep rolling for a bit more, or how we want to do.
We'll go back.
I am actually-
go ahead.
No, I am actually hungry.
Ah, there we go.
Snacks.
A brief. Get you some Funyuns. Then we'll pick it back up. I think with not these two idiots. Completely different idiots. Completely different idiots.
Different idiots this time.
Different idiots. Still on screen, just different people on the stage.
Somehow, more
I'm
idiots.
sure it won't be insane. Why would it be weird?
Never. Us? Weird? Please.
We'll be back shortly
Please.
after these messages.
I want this to be my ringtone on my phone. I'm sorry. So, Doug and I have done this item before, and we love it. It's the Confinement Comics Nighttime Bedtime Book and Sticker Set. It's customer top rated for a number of reasons, but our Kickstarter price is $13. You're saving $3.50 today. I gotta say, the fact that we ship internationally is incredible. Your item number is T541-42069. Very nice. So here's the cool thing. You have a lot of choices. You have different SCPs you can choose. You have the Song of Genesis, the Never-Ending Pizza Box, Hernan the Cannibal, and you also have Pisha number 31. He's like P-Shut. And these are all anomalies that meant so much to, at least to me, when I was growing up. But there's a different twist now. They're laced with messages. So I'm going to bring in Doug so we can talk about all these messages and the choices that you can choose for your little one when it's time to wind down. They say reading to your baby will make these stories comfy and cozy, and I absolutely agree with it. Doug, where are you? Because listen, I'm starting to talk in a hushed tone now. I'm starting to wind down a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. So these are, well, we know number one that the most important thing you can do is to read to your children. Read to them at bedtime, read to them at nap time, and that you will instill a love for reading, and then they will read on their own. A lot of times they read from these books and we think that they're learning to read or that they are reading, but they're actually just repeating what they've heard over and over, and then suddenly they are reading. So this comes from the American Sticker Company. They make these beautiful, soft, silky stickers that match the book. So you're going to get that combination set together in front of you. You've got Peanut ready to go. That's the way it comes packed up. The sticker is 51 by 51 millimeters, so this is adorable. And it is a true baby sticker size. And what I mean by that is it's easy for them to pull and carry around with them because it is the right size for a little one. Look how adorable this is. So, great illustrations. These are way updated for today's children. That is the Hard to Kill reptile. Do you remember that one? They were disgusting.
I do now. Before I wasn't sure. It wasn't the most popular like Peanut, but now I do remember it.
So, issue 3, which is 80-pound weight, by the way, which I absolutely love. Mr. Wilson, pull me out. They're coming. It's Dr. F. Wilson. I did not go through 5 years of school and internships not to be regarded as such. So these words are adorable. The sentences are perfect, and the illustrations are amazing. Look at that. And what happens is they will have the same art style on the stickers.
Yeah.
And they will have it with them wherever they go. And it will remind them of the story or the phrasing, however you do it. Don't you wish you had this adorable Peanut? Beautiful, soft luster. It's a lustrous sticker. No cracks, no shedding, hypoallergenic. Easy to clean, by the way, tumble dry. It's just perfect. Just don't use dryer sheets. That could cause an RK class reality restructuring event. You don't need anything like that. They're silky and shiny as it is. Whichever one you choose, it's a hard decision to make, I gotta be honest, because they're all that.
Well, listen, at this price you could get, like, how much... We know how important reading is, but also, can you put a price tag on moments when you're reading to your child or your grandchild? You cannot, and so books are something that they're always going to benefit from. Like, I remember my mom would read for me, it was a Pepper's Ghost Story, and I think it said something like, stop reading this and go away, this poem wasn't meant for you, or something like that. I can't even remember, but listen, I'm far from being 3 years old, but I still remember the times when she would read to me, and she said sometimes it would get late, and she would say it wrong, and I would correct her, still not knowing how to read, but I would correct her, and it's those moments that we look for. And Doug, we talked about 2 different things. One is, we love pairs. I love stickers and books, but I also love the message that's in this. It isn't just about reading, it's about never giving up, and all the other messages that are laced into each of these stories.
That's right. And you know what? These are customer top rated. When people get these home, they absolutely love them. They just love the stickers, the smooth and silkiness. They love the real book. They love the messaging. So it's just about whatever one you choose. So many people will remember so many of these choices. Again, which one is the most difficult decision you have to make?
So many choices, and I'll give them to you again. Fine dining, Connor turns into a log in this one, and 31 meatball subs and counting. It's the Confinement Comics Nighttime Bedtime Book and Sticker Set. Pre-sale price $13 per issue. That's a savings of $3.50. Thank you so much, Doug. I can't wait to read every one of these. And friends, for all of those that love existential bedtime horror stories for the look.
Come in. 15, are you receiving? 15, you lost contact for over 10 minutes. What's going on?
I'm not 15. I'm Taylor. It's Taylor Ragland.
Hey? Why are you using 15's gear? What happened to 15?
15's dead, man. He's killing us. He's killing us all.
What?
He took my legs.
Who's doing this? Wait, what the hell is...
Abel. Oh, God. Oh, God, he's found me. Oh, God, you people killed me. What have you done to me? Whoa, whoa, what have you done?
H, come in. H. Shit. God damn it. Reestablish visual contact at Site 310.
Sir, we don't have...
Use the back doors if you have to. Get me visuals now.
All right.
Christ. Terrible.
Dear God, who could have done this?
You know who, Jay.
Well, where is he then? What the hell was that?
It's him. Where does that hallway lead?
The cafeteria.
Jesus. What the fuck does he want?
Sir, I'm pulling up the site layouts. I think based on his movement, he's heading for the control room.
What? He's trying to activate the warheads?
Sir, we're gonna have to do it. We need to activate Protocol Beta 1, the neurotoxins.
No. Oh, no. There has to be another.
There are 36 Keeters contained at that site.
There are over 200 personnel working there. It floods the entire building.
They're already dead, Kane. They're gonna die along with the rest of the world if we don't do this.
All right. Christ. Please let this be enough to stop it. Let there still be enough time. Oh God. He's coming. He's... Wait, what the fuck?
Sir, the activation code!
You knew him as the second son of Adam. You knew him as General Bo's weapon of mass destruction. You knew him as O76-2, the murdered murderer. But have you ever known him as a plushie? That's right, loyal Marshall Carter and Dark Limited customers. It's the first sword of Davon, Abel Ben Adam, now available to purchase from your local MC&D retailers and also online. For just $50 plus shipping, this 20-centimeter foam and fluff replication of the Wanderer of 1,000 Winters will be yours. Comes with several amazing features such as completely accurate anatomical insides, entirely composed of the finest quality of PP cotton, the ability to communicate telepathically to other able plushies. They're talking to each other. We think. Probably some riveting stuff. And last but not least, removable clothing for any tasteful, artistic endeavors. Get your hands on the sexiest murder hobo that Anomalous Tumblr has to offer. Just go to this link. Remember, pre-orders are available until November 7th, and product is expected to be shipped out by winter 2025. Buy now. Please, they're... Come on, guys, please, they have my family. They're gonna kill me and my family if we don't sell this. Please, just... No. Wait, no, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not...
And there you have it, folks. That was the latest ad featuring the Marshall Carter Dark limited time only trademark patent pending Able plushie line of products. Sickening stuff. Now, my guest here today, I'm sure, is one you'll recognize. How are you doing today, Mr. Able? Your silence speaks louder than words. Having somehow been inexplicably transformed into this soft, huggable form sometime during a Great Site 310 catastrophe, it hasn't been easy for Able here. Especially not after Marshall Carter and Dark's attempts to mass clone him and profit off of his image. Completely deprived of any royalties and permanently barred from Omega 7, Able is now essentially... What? What's happening? What's going on? Why is it doing that? Can they do that? He shouldn't be able to? Able, stop. I said stop. Alright, thank you. Able is now essentially without hope, and so he is here today to share his sad tale. But first off, Able, we have some burning questions sent in by the viewers. So to start off with our first segment of the day, Q and Able, Paragon Fan 77 would like to ask, how's your relationship with your father like? Able? Do you know if King got turned into a plushie too? What? God, I fucking the writer strike.
Chaos. Utter chaos. Tramp stamps. 2 liters of soda. Emotional things. Rapid sandwich wrap. Cats and dogs living together.
Hysteria.
Anyway.
Like a...
Do you guys remember as old school nerds, do you remember the I'm gonna cast magic missile at the darkness skit?
Yes! I love that shit.
Hey, Cheetos! Where's the Mountain Dew? When we go into the tavern. Are there girls there? If there are girls there, I want to do them! I'm gonna cast magic missile. Well, what are you casting it at? At the darkness. That whole skit.
I haven't thought of that skit in a fucking while.
Right?
That has been
I gotta find the old animated one I love so much, and I'll send it to you. Jesus Christ. Where's the Mountain Dew?
Is it weird to say that I was actually thinking about that old this week?
No, it's not, because I
Again,
think
my
about
wife
if there are girls there, I want to do them.
When she was taking
day.
the kids, when she was putting the kids away, was singing the Wizard cast Fireball to the tune of Fireworks.
Nice.
As she went down the hall. The kids. So anyway,
your family is pretty much the American dream.
They're all bought. I'm sorry, just as a brief aside, again, I have so many of them, but still, my youngest son, Danny, really wants to say hi at some point, but I'm like,
that's right.
We want to do the thing. It's like, it's really, because I don't really want to, it's disruptive and such. But he's just like, I want to come say hi. Well, I don't know. We'll see, maybe. And because sometimes he'll get up, and honest to God, if he's up sometime when we're finishing up, I'm bringing him up here. He is hilarious, big head of curly red hair, blue eyes, pale as the moon. But he's adorable.
So he doesn't look weird with the red hair.
Yeah. Terrible. Anyway. So are we going to I don't want to say doing because that invites the pun opportunity attack. Do we want to proceed forth with Sam or Tatter first?
I will volunteer to go first.
There it is.
Sam volunteers as tribute.
Oh Lord.
It's not the only thing I'm first at.
Ayo.
Haha, got him.
So far.
We were long past due for one, so.
Yeah.
So only took an hour. I'm a little curious. Not curious. I'm a little concerned. It took a whole hour.
Gotta warm up. Gotta get into it.
Hey, that was good OP. That was good OP.
But moving out into the marketplace, the bazaar, as it were, the bazaar. It's such a good. It is a varied place. So, what is Sam looking for? What are we looking to get?
I think Sam is wanting to have this time to unwind. Sam is most likely looking to like give another performance at the tavern, since they've been working there as a singer since Draven hired them. And I think now that Sam actually has a decent amount of money for the first
coin
time,
in the pocket.
yeah, in their life probably that hasn't been, stolen or swindled. I think they would try to go to a clothing shop to try to find an outfit for the occasion tonight. Just to splurge on themselves
a little bit nicer,
probably,
a little bit.
Yeah, and probably a little something extra as well, for the musical talent.
Well, looking around doesn't take too much effort. Again, there's if it can be bought and sold, it's here, and sometimes even more than that. Some of this is fairly impressive. But you do find a shop that does seem to deal with clothing of various types. Not necessarily armor, but definitely clothing of various persuasions. And it is, it's somewhere between an actual dress shop and Goodwill. There's a lot of shops around here that seem to make at least a chunk of their trade reselling shit that probably they peeled off of dead people. So make of that what you will. But there's kind of a nice older lady, kind of telling you where things are. She's sort of in behind her little her desk, just kind of barely even looking at you, just kind of telling gentlemen over here, ladies over here, slacks, dresses, kind of giving vague directions. In this, you're thinking this is probably like a warehouse at one point, where they just kind of put a bunch of racks in and you got clothes. So it is a place, man. But that would be sort of the initial blush of it. So looking around probably for some fancy clothes, some go a courting gear. Something actually nice.
Something that would draw a crowd.
Gear.
Without
all the feathers. All the feathers.
There it is. Looking around a little bit, there's definitely some goodies. Son of a puppy, hang on. Looking around, you have the gamut generally of pretty normal clothing. In essence, non-stat adjusting clothing. Everything from relatively noble stuff to relatively humble, tradesman gear kind of stuff. It really does run the gamut. in a lot of ways. But there's some okay stuff here. Some of it pretty decent. It does bring to the question, though, is what kind of haberdashery is Sam splurging for? They are relatively omnivorous in the clothing department.
I think to keep up current appearances, something feminine, not like a dress, but like something that could really catch eyes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Putting things on display a little bit, getting things where they need to be. Yeah, that kind of thing. In this particular location, that's not hard. That's not hard to do. It is. There are some straight up racks where you just kind of look at what's on it and going, someone sold a brothel. I see. It all just went here. What are you gonna do? Not quite wanting to tar it up quite that much, but it's kind of some nice frilly bits, maybe from some of the more fancy noble pieces, and plunge that neckline down on another piece, and kind of fritting around, mix and match, so to speak. And it is kind of neat because, again, Sam has been in a weird position for a while where they have a lot of opportunity, but not a lot at the same time. And actually getting to buy stuff, actually get stuff that you earned, of all things, which is nice. That's not the worst thing. It's in the process, though, as you kind of flit about. Some stockings there, some, oh, it goes like this. Here. It costs so much. It's like, and there's just anyway. Doesn't seem like there's enough to cost there anyway. You do have the occasional moment of feeling slightly observed, which you can kind of getting a little antsy about it. That's not unexpected. And there are a few other people here, but you definitely do feel occasionally observed, like someone's kind of watching you. Don't necessarily see anything, at least nothing obvious, but definitely a sense of it as you pile up your haberdashery. But it is an issue. But you are able to get together a spicy set of clothing. Granted, maybe a little bit piecemeal, but it is. It probably. This is the kind of outfit. It's not necessarily harlot, but depending on the alley, you might want to do it in the daytime. It's a little spicy, but it's nice.
Spicy, nicey.
Yeah. I think Sam, trying not to show that they know someone or something is like eyeing them, just kind of like keeps an ignorant face, and like takes all these clothes, goes up to where the old lady was, and it's just like, okay, I would like to purchase all of these today, darling.
Oh, this is nice. She kind of goes through a couple of things. This is no accounting for taste. It's fine. And this is probably 2 or 3 outfits worth. And she quotes you a hearty 20 gold, of all things, for the lot. And some of this is pretty.
We could be here all night. Let's go.
Clutch. I would imagine. I don't know if Sam wants to haggle at all, but it's pretty decent.
No. Yeah, I think Sam, being on a little bit of like a good mood, since this is like a very fresh experience, just slips 25 gold to the old woman instead, saying like, "Believe me, money is no issue this time, darling."
Bless your little heart. Scoops it up, gather up your clothing, and that's pretty nice. Nice
Yes.
little outfit.
Before I leave, I turn to the old woman and I'm like, "Oh yes, I'm so sorry, darling. I'm a performer and I'm looking for an instrument to call my own. Do you would you by chance sell any, or do you know of anyone else that might be holding any at the moment?"
I know if you go up the road a little ways, I know there's some places that sell it. They sell instruments of some type. And if you go down one of the side streets, there's a bunch of pawn shops, but it can be a little rough down there. So be careful there. But usually those are good places to find a deal. It'd probably be a best bet.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, darling. And as she leaves, Sam just casually like flicks another gold piece to her.
She kind of scrambles for it, but quite a bit. Back onto the street, so to speak. Back onto the street.
Sam's in a good mood today.
Absolutely. And this is slightly dampered by you haven't lost that kind of creepy crawly. There's someone, that kind of observation sort of thing. And now that you're on the street, you do notice someone. Now, the population here does tend to be pretty jank. But even amongst that, there is someone. They are very bundled up, even though it's not particularly cold. Sort of the scarf, low hat brim, trying not to look suspicious, completely suspicious. And kind of ghosting along in the same direction that Sam is moving, which is concerning. Would they like to do anything?
Is there anything specific about this person that I can tell is following me that would maybe stand out to me? Like, look at them in a way where it's like it doesn't seem like I'm looking directly at them, but they're like in my field of vision.
It is odd because, again, you sort of have the low hat, the scarf, things like that. But even then, you should be able to tell something. At least, even just skin color might be something.
Sam's getting followed by a nobody, guys.
There's nothing. Like, you don't think the clothes are empty. That'd be nice. That'd be something. But you cannot tell. You cannot tell anything about this figure, which is messed up because that's not typically a bit. But it is odd, though, kind of taking that sort of casual observation. It seems as they move less like he's trying. This being is trying to like hide or be stealthy, and it almost seems more like they're hesitant. It is weird. It is weird.
Yeah. While trying to not like pay attention to this person, I would like to cast Detect Thoughts on this person.
All right. Let's go ahead and cast it.
All right. Let's see.
See what
it's a Wisdom DC 14.
Okay. And because I totally have this. Nope, that's not going to do it for him. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell we have. I'm sorry. Just as a brief aside, I have had critters and characters and stuff with really good saving scores, and whenever they get mind whammy, they can't roll for shit. I don't know why. That has been consistent.
I am not complaining.
Because fucking you should have failed on a couple of those damn charm persons.
Mhm.
And I don't. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's
Well, lucky.
That's fine. I'm fine.
That's probably just really
Anyway,
lucky.
You are
Yeah.
able to detect thoughts of this being. That is interesting. Right away, you're reasonably certain that's not a human. There's some warp. There's some stuff going on, and you also get the distinct impression that they don't that they know you or of you. They seem to be aware of Sam in some capacity, not necessarily by name, but they definitely seem like this is not a chance encounter. This is they're here for a reason, so to speak. And which is really, really alarming.
I think. How far away are they from Sam?
Probably between maybe 25, 30 yards through a relatively busy street. It's pretty wide though, so there's enough. If it was a major altercation, it'd cause a stir, but it's enough to kind of fade into the crowd around each other to a certain extent.
And this person is following Sam, right?
Yeah, definitely. If they're not, they missed their calling, because they're definitely kind of moving the same way. They seem to be keeping tabs, and again, kind of getting the thoughts that they're thinking of them, which is effed up.
Yeah. I would like to make my way to the instrument shop that the old woman said. However, if there is like an alley like right next to the shop, and making sure that this person is still following me, I want Sam to feign like they've dropped something and that it's rolling into the alley.
Okay.
And they're like trying to skitter after it.
Okay. I pretty much just acting, honestly. It's not even necessarily hard. It's a bit of a bit. And indeed, most of Hamlin is made up of dark alleys. But regardless, you are able to find a spot between there and relatively close to the instrument shop. Where quick little thing and kind of going off into the alley after the bit, and sure enough, this figure kind of goes right along behind.
So they've now entered the alley where Sam is.
Indeed.
Okay. Then I think Sam with the back turn, like pretending that they're picking up something, putting it back into their bag that they're holding. Still fixing away, they just say, it's not a new experience to have a stalker, but it's not every day that they're as frightened as you. Well, typically, it's natural to be frightened of me, but you're a new case.
The figure shifts a moment and kind of seems relatively furtive. Listen, I don't know what the hell's going on. Once you drop the act, it's stupid. You're among friends, I suppose.
Friends, darling. Friends are very rare and few these days, especially for someone like me. And considering I don't even know who you are, I would say you're more in a position where you have, I I would say roughly 10 seconds to explain yourself before things may not go your way.
He reaches up and pulls down the scarf. That's a changeling, a doppelganger. You think actually, he is this just like a statue that someone got tired of making. The vaguest suggestions of eyes, mouth, but just this blank face, just this blank being. It has vague, again, just the vaguest features, like the beginning of a clay statue, but that's really it. Like I said, friends, I guess. Not that we have a lot.
I wasn't under the impression that there was others.
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. It's as this being talks. Again, its mouth is just sort of this slot in its face. It doesn't really do anything. And it doesn't sound like it's 100% on normal human speech. It is a very kind of unsettling bit. But it goes further on, and it's really messed up, you know. I don't think it was supposed to work out this way, but we managed to pick you up again. So I guess that's good.
You're saying this like I should know who you are. And as far as I know, you haven't given me a name.
Oh, that's right. You grew up with humans. That makes it, they call me Red now and then. It's good enough. I want to help.
Help. Oh, that is rich, darling, that you think I need help. I'll have you know, I've done plenty of help for myself over the years. But I would say, from the looks of it, you are the one that does need the help. No offense.
None taken. I've never been great with humans. Anyway, it was, yeah, I imagine it's messed up. The guy, what's he called? Janus. It all went sideways. Again,
Sam immediately lurches toward this person and has a firebolt in their hand.
He sort of
don't ever say his name.
Fuck, I'm sorry. I just thought, I mean, a man's dead, so what? Easy. Listen, I think I fucked this up. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you've lost the chance to leave, and now you're going to tell me things. Sam, one of the chains immediately comes out of Sam's arm and starts wrapping around this person, pulling him deeper into the alley with her.
Some Cenobite shit going on.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Accelerating. And the thing is, Red doesn't seem to fight. He seems very concerned, but once this actually progressing, he kind of rolls with it to an extent. You're not... This isn't gonna go right. But I guess...
I don't know how you thought it was going to go, but now I dictate how it goes. So first question, how do you know that name? And second, what exactly do you want me?
Well, I know the name because he... Again, I don't know everything, but he messed it up. You were supposed to be a sleeper, and apparently it didn't work. Took a while to find you.
I'm sorry, a sleeper?
Yeah.
What? I don't know what you think you know, but he did not fail anything.
Well,
and
yeah, he did. It went all sideways. You weren't supposed
the
to
chain just immediately wrapped tighter around this guy as he says that.
They bite in, but he doesn't seem like concerned. It's biting into him. He's definitely not having a good time, but you were supposed to be like a virus. You're a blood clot. He's just waiting. But instead, he turned things around. He just made you a person for a while. The unlidded eye finally found you again. Take you back to the fold.
Oh, shit.
You are making less sense with every word that comes out of your mouth. So if you're not going to speak any sense to me, the chains just wrap tighter around him now. I don't think the both of us are going to walk out of here.
Oh, shit.
One of us will, but it certainly isn't going to be you.
See, that's the problem. You're still thinking like a person. And he just melts. In the space of maybe a second, he just sort of loses physical cohesion, just like a slime. The clothes apparently are still legit. The clothes are apparently actually a thing, but him, just like melted slush, blorfs out onto the ground and just kind of effervesces away. It takes maybe a second or two. And you have this chain wrap bundle of questions. Just what?
I got a question. What the fuck?
Yeah. This is the lost to your
what?
Odo, bruh.
Whomst.
So
What?
So
What?
Red, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
this guy's name is,
Yeah.
he's just gone.
Yeah, just turns to goo in the space of maybe a
Fucking-
second and kind of melts off into the
I don't.
cobbles and junk.
The limited knowledge I have about shapeshifters is I don't think that's supposed to happen.
No.
I don't think that's
There's
supposed to happen.
There's some shit going on.
I think
just
in a rare experience, Sam is visibly shaken by this experience. The melting guy, oh no, yeah, that's just
It
a
is.
typical Tuesday.
It
But
is.
it's more
Whatever.
so everything that it was telling them that the chain immediately like goes limp, goes back into their arm. They just grab their bag and they just swiftly like briskly walk out of there and just tries to make their way towards the instrument shop.
Dealing with trauma as all good adjusted adults do by completely fucking ignoring it. Shunt! And gotta go do this now.
How millennials survive.
This no. No.
Maybe next year. Forever.
Yeah, the music store is actually rather
Not
nice.
today, Satan.
They have a few, pieces here. It's not too bad. It's actually really nice. You have a few pieces. There's like actually kind of a standing piano on one side. It's actually really nice if you hadn't just, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's not a problem.
Everything is fine.
It's fine.
It's totally fine.
Everything is fine.
There's an older fella kind of just sitting at the counter and, hello, dear. You all right?
Yes, I apologize.
You look a little beaky.
Rather nasty encounter just now, but everything's all right now.
Oh hell!
I
Sorry to hear that.
Oh,
Some of these
it's-
streets, they're rough.
Yes, that is certainly a word for it. I am looking for
Or
an
liquid,
instrument.
depending.
I am a performer for the Blind Pig, and I was hoping you could enlighten me towards some of your finest musical instruments that I might use for tonight.
The blind pig. That's Draven's men, right?
Yes, he graciously hired me as a singer, and I'm wanting to one-up my act, so to speak.
Absolutely. We can definitely see to that. The question, if you don't, I don't mean to pry. I know how things can be. It's sorry. My father always said, when you go digging in the past, all you get's dirty. But you are you working for Draven? I know.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
I see. What do you play?
Well, and Sam remembers back in the day of being taught a little bit. The whole situation that just happened in the alley kind of threw them for a loop. And so now they're trying to retreat to like a good
Happy
place,
place.
like a good memory.
Find a
And
happy
this is thankfully one spot of being taught how to play a violin. At the very least, the basics of it. And they just, confer that they're looking for a violin.
Well, we have some nice ones, but I think I might have something. Let me show you. Just a moment. And he leads you shortly over to where there's a few different violins of varying persuasions on various racks. Some of them pretty nice. Again, nothing too tremendous here, but still relatively nice. But he tells you just, kind of look for the moment, and, he thinks he might have something a little bit more fitting before he's sort of scuttling off. Sam just kind of looking. And, having to again, finding a happy place, but also having to tread a little carefully in the memory to a certain extent. A night on a wall.
Oh, audio.
A very nice old man. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, we got it back.
Okay, sorry.
Literally as soon as I said it.
Phantom said something in your audio, went, "Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am."
We're having a moment.
I said audio. And,
But,
and
the audio said sorry.
It's Sam remembering, being up somewhere relatively high on a wall, and very nice older fellow, sawing away at what could charitably be called a violin. It was probably a real violin at one point, but relatively chipped and beat up. Sam, with this, you have to remember what music and art is. It's the language that we can't speak. It's when the heart needs to say something. That's where music comes from. That's where art comes from. That's why it's important, even for us, especially for us. Just... Gentleman comes back. Sorry about that. I knew I had it around. Comes out with a beautiful violin. Though it does look a little bit different, and there's a lot of scroll work. There's some more fittings and such to it. It is a fancy piece. One of the fanciest you've seen, definitely. It is very, very nice. Yeah, take a look at it. And he offers it.
Sam, yeah. Sam is a little bit, I would say, in a little bit of a state because, with that memory kind of calming them down somewhat, and suddenly being presented this, beautiful instrument, just sort of like gently takes it up and like gets a closer look to inspect it.
It is a gorgeous piece, but even to a non-identified casting eye, it definitely seems a little bit non-standard. There does seem to be kind of some fissures and pieces here. The way the fittings and such works, you're thinking this is not entirely a violin. It does seem to be a little bit different than the average. It's also a bit more robust than some violins because they can be somewhat delicate. It's a very solid piece, very pretty. You have an eye for this, eh? It's my misspent youth, you could say. There's a catch on the back. Try it. Go on. He seems very amused with himself.
I think Sam follows what he says and looks for that on the back.
Yeah, there's this little piece here, and you kind of move it, and it opens up. The violin sort of wedging open, kind of rotating through the strings, the pieces. This is a short bow. With just a few flicks of things, it is a short bow that folds up into a violin. It is fascinating to see it kind of go through it, because it's actually, there's a couple of actions, like the neck will kind of extend a little bit. There's some stuff going on with this. It is an amazing piece of work. You see, I was, well, young people, they think a lot of things. I ran around with some folks. I always liked music. One of the fellows I ran with, he was an artificer, and we had this idea. We were a little drunk, but we had this idea, and it served me damn well. But it's just been sitting on a shelf. You like it?
Oh, I very much like it. Sam's just like running their fingers along with it. It's like sort of like testing the pull of the bow, even a little bit.
It's got a little. It's nice.
I'm almost afraid to ask how much. And just folds it back up to its original state.
It makes a terribly satisfying click as it comes back together. It's really nice. But you said you were working at the Blind Pig.
Yes, that
amongst
is my
other
current.
things.
Yes, I'm sure you might be aware of, well, a current predicament, you might say.
I'll tell you what. My name's Emmett, and I'll sell it to you for a song. How's that sound? I come by the pig, you sing me a song, get maybe a drink here and there, pop by now and then. How's that sound?
Darling, I mean, I would have proposed that for free, but you're already doing that for me. I'll make sure to let Draven know to give you a couple drinks on the house.
Grand. Have at it there. Use it in good faith. Or whatever else is passing these days. Oh, Lord.
And I think this really, for reasons Sam can't really, of course, explain right now, it's certainly a feeling they haven't felt in years, and it's certainly brought them back to a better place than what they were just a few moments ago.
Compassion, actual kindness. What the hell? Rarer even than a folding violin. But you are able to secure, as such, a short bow violin, so to speak, which is pretty damn nice. Are they going to push their luck with even more eldritch shopping?
I think this satisfies Sam enough that they just leave the shop there. I mean, the experience of, a guy melting right before them, that's not going away, but it's certainly in the back of their mind right now after this. So, they're just happily, going back on their way to the Blind Pig and getting ready for the night's performance.
I'm gonna go do my makeup and think about my life. What the fuck? That's what happens. Tatter! Yes, you! That one. Gonna be goofing with you. I don't know if we want to take another break or we want to keep going. I don't know.
If we do, I just want to address something that Fuel said. I know it's up on the screen, but we all just called the gathering of the glasses.
We were called the gathering of the glasses.
Fuck you.
The quote is the moment. The quote is the moment the gathering of the glasses is confused. You have won as a DM.
Thank you, the Mangle full team.
And then we were also called. What was the other one? Wait, I gotta find it.
I've been called worse.
We were also called. Oh, sorry. Glasses the Gathering.
Glasses the Gathering.
Oh, so either of those are really fucking.
I haven't heard that one before. Son of a bitch.
Glasses the Gathering is
That's
pretty
so.
fucking
Why
great.
haven't? I'm sorry. That's
pretty fucking.
They
great.
love you when they call you names.
Yeah, the opposite of the opposite of love is indifference. If they do anything, it's just positive.
Thank you for that, Kafka-esque
No
community.
Somebody
such
else
thing
wrote,
as-
"We beat gears."
So if you make us laugh, if you make us laugh in the chat, you have to subscribe to the channel.
That's how it is.
It's mandatory now.
We're gonna
Yeah, please,
email
we
all
wanna
of
see-
these people very individually,
I
specifically
have-
about subscribing as soon as we can have subscribers.
Yeah.
If
And
I
in that
Follow
in that
us in the
email will be a
meanwhile.
picture of Plush Abel's butt as the signature.
if I make you go internally or externally, what the fuck? You have to subscribe. That's
Also, quick question.
Yes.
That quick correction. What? I completely butchered that name. That was actually
Kafka's entity.
yeah, Kafka-esque entity.
So I was
Okay.
staring at that name, going over all the different versions, and I almost landed on Kafka S Queen Titty.
That's what I
just
said.
typed, I literally just wrote. You mean it's
Yeah.
not Queen Titty?
Yeah.
That's why.
What is that?
Entity.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I immediately
Took a few
thought of that
run-throughs.
fucking Saturday Night Live.
I had-
Night Live.
Oh, Alex
Jeopardy
Trebek.
sketch with Burt Reynolds.
Why do people keep
Yeah.
saying that?
Oh, that was Sean
Because
Connery.
It's
Sean Connery.
there.
That's right, the Sean Connery.
I'll take
Yeah.
legit snow.
Yeah.
The rapist
Oh.
for 200 sweethearts.
Yeah.
Kafka says,
Oh.
"Why do people keep seeing Queen Titty? Because we
Because it's
love Queen
there.
Titty."
It's literally at the
also
end of the
happen
name.
to-
Queen
yeah.
Titty.
We also happen to love Queen Titty, but it's what
it's like it's like a cloud. You see what you want to see in it.
Yeah.
That's fucking fantastic. You hold on to that quote. Fucking, oh my god. You hold on to that, because that's the best reading of that fucking sentence I've ever seen.
Yeah, if you know how to reach us at SCP Weekly, you should be sending us some things to read on air.
Yes, you can send us
Yeah.
things to read, and we'll read that if you fucking send it to us.
Yeah,
it's in 2
you'll-
weeks,
we'll-
so we'll
we'll read-
forget, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're content whores. We'll read anything you send us.
Oh,
they
that-
made me read the beginning of the B movie, like the first fucking whole ass scene of the B movie.
What was that skit
Did-
we did, Nolan, in its entirety?
Did they
Yeah.
send you the
The
entire?
Stoop
The soup
skit.
store. We did the
Yeah,
soup store
the soup
skit.
store. They did the soup store.
Brief digression.
Can I please read this?
Oh,
Yes,
God.
please,
All right, let's do it. real
please
quick.
read it. Yeah, this is our
I
break.
will. I'll do it in the voice of Caroline.
Okay.
As Gregor Samsa awoke, As Gregor Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams, he found himself transformed in his bed
Oh,
into a gigantic Queen Titty.
I expected nothing, and I was still disappointed.
We got.
Hey, can you come over? No, I can. I'm buying clothes. Yes, exactly. The soup store. That's
No!
No,
so
no.
good.
So anyway,
Oh man,
I
you're a riot.
I love the fact that Tatter is full of humming and pop culture references, and everyone just assumes she's a lunatic. She's sort of like a very low-grade Deadpool. It's nice. Anyway,
Oh, great! I'll take it.
that's it.
I'll take Z grade Deadpool.
That was just
I'm
well,
still
it's not
in
like
there.
it's not that she's bad. It's just she's not as
Yeah.
insane. It's just
No.
like
Yep.
she's making references
I
in
don't
the same
even
way
get-
that Deadpool
They
will reference a page number, and everyone just assumes he's a lunatic.
They haven't even looked at me weird for most of these too. They don't. I just say things, and yes, I said that out loud, and we just carry on. I'm like, this is great. Nobody's picking on me for once in my life.
It's either
I
they
have
don't give a
someone
shit
who
or
needs me.
I will turn this stream right around. See if I want. I'll swear to God. Anyway, so Tatter, loose in the city. Able to,
I was made for the streets. Let's
Made
go.
for the streets. She can, with a flick of her wrist, instantly pose as a homeless person. It's amazing.
Yes.
I don't make the rules.
So do I.
There it is. Scuttling. I'm going to assume books. But I don't want to.
I have two very specific things, and
Okay.
they don't have to be here. We can
No.
roll to see if they're here, both or
Excellent.
otherwise.
Yes.
One or both might just be here. I don't really know how rare they are.
Mhm.
I do not know how rare a bag of holding would or would not be. And I would also like to find an enduring spellbook. But either or neither works for me. I'm sure we'll still find me some things.
Okay. We'll see what we can do.
They're saved on my list of things I would like to have at some point in my life.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And in where's the other thing? And maybe one day, without wanting to, there will be a something that falls into my lap simply for the lulz. Where is it? A bag of devouring. I have fucking saved.
Oh god.
Ready to fucking go.
Ready for lulz.
I think at some point, even if it's a one-shot game, we should have a deck of many things evening. I also sent you the wheelbarrow of 300 wands.
Yes.
There's this other thing I can't. Something pigments.
I think I know what you're talking about. There's some fun.
What is
there.
wondrous, marvelous pigments? I would love to buy marvelous pigments ever if I could find them. I don't. They're another wondrous rare item.
Indeed.
So
we'll do what we can.
On my list. That's my bucket shopping list.
All right. I will absolutely bear that in mind.
Yeah. So, but other than that, like I'm looking for those things. I always am looking for those things, but I'm just looking for things.
Absolutely. So getting in and just kind of looking for bits, something neat. Yeah, I'm looking around.
Odds and ends, baubles and bobbles.
Bits
and
bobs.
this place, this city, man, is bananas. So there is a lot of things to attract the easily distracted and ADHD infused.
Oh, that store's so shiny. I should go. Oh my god, look at that store over there. I should go into. Oh my god, look at that store over there. Well, really, I should go into this store over here because it would make more sense.
That's just sort of in and out of monologue. Just kind of her inner monologue just kind of skips off the edges from time to time. So it's not the whole conversation. It's just like 4 or 5 words.
I start taking a couple of steps towards a store and then notice a different store, and I take steps. I look probably drunk.
It is a testament to the wreckage of this place that she is not the weirdest person even on this street.
No one is looking at me weird. They understand.
It's like I get it. I'm just going to step over here. You know? So I understand what's happening. I just don't want to be a part of it. It's bad.
Love it. But yeah, bookstores, whatnot, something shiny.
Bits.
I'm not bits and bobs, components for when needed for components to renew my pouch. There was another thing I don't think I have on me that I really wanted. Peddler's bag. I have it listed in my things, but I would really like a peddler's bag, and that's just repairing shabby clothes and stuff like that. The rest of those little odds and ends I really wanted to have on me that I probably didn't have on me on my way out of where I was. So there's a small list of things. I'd like to find some books. I'd like to find some scrolls. I'd like to redo my components pouch. I'd like
get some bits. You need to find a magic shop is what you need.
Yeah, there's a small handful of fancy things I'd like, but overall I'm just shopping.
Yeah.
Left alone with my own thoughts shopping. These people are back there somewhere. Somebody melted over there. Sam seems to be able to handle themselves. The cat ruined a whole store. Yeah. I can hear the lady screaming as she tries to clean up. Like, I have shit to do.
Yeah. There's situations going on. You got shit to do. working your way through, you are able to find a particular section that does seem to cater to the discerning caster. And there is some neat shit around. Some of it's obviously kind of junk to an extent, sort of enchanted baubles and stuff like that. You have to sift just a bit to try and get the good stuff. But kind of poking in, looking around for some goodies, you are able to find a shop that does seem to cater to things. And one of the ambient things being the ability to kind of rearrange and kind of reset your pouch materials to the point where we will assume, outside of like, the blood of a fallen child kind of shit, unless it's really esoteric shit, we will assume that for
Is that a thing? I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna look that up later.
reasonable
Blood of a
price,
fallen- One of the things I'll need for an eventual phylactery.
some work
Good
eventually,
Lord.
some work shit.
Mm.
But you are able to kind of stock your pouch a little bit, so you have your accoutrements. And the fellow running it does seem to know his shit to a certain extent. It doesn't seem, because some people look like a necromancer, and people wearing skulls are usually that. You assume things. So you may not be a necromancer, but you're wearing a necromancer's uniform.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But the fellow seems relatively accommodating, and kind of strikes up sort of an idle conversation. What are you doing in town? Some aspects. Just the idle conversation. He does get around, though, to asking about Draven, which is interesting. So you're working with Draven and all them lot?
Yes, I'm staying at the Blind Pig, I believe it's called. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, just not too many necromancers through here these days.
It's a dying art. I just came up with that and realized what I did at the last hot fucking second. I'm a genius. Yeah, it's a dying art.
Yeah, that's.
We do that on
you know what?
purpose.
Let's fill you. Yeah, let's fill your pouch. That was damn. That was pretty good.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Meanwhile, background, I would have charged you to fill your components pouch. Now you don't, because good God, you did that by accident.
I'm so proud. Bisexual finger guns. So fucking good. That was brilliant. Good me. Go me.
Go me.
Anyway, yes,
Things
it's a dying art.
that are going in and out of her inner model. They know I don't have any
patting
inner
myself on my back, visualizing it in my head in that half second.
So, how are your spells doing?
Oh, they're quite fine, thank you.
Might have something else for you. You see
Really?
him kind of stroll and rummage. Comes out with a book. That's nice. It's a pretty secured book. It's got kind of metal inlay on the covers. Pretty robust build. It also has a pretty solid chain hooked to it, so you can kind of hook it on a belt and stick it around. It's a robust book. And it does seem nice. The proprietor kind of, shows it to you to an extent. And so what do you think?
That's very shiny. It is right up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to get that nail right on the head. Yeah, no, this is pretty nice. What is it?
Well, it's a spell book, girl.
Well, I mean, looking around at this place, I would have assumed so. But what is it? I could figure it out on my own, but do you wanna fill me in?
Oh, where's the fun? I'll tell you what. Let's say, 600. And you can have it and anything in it. Take it right on out.
You're not gonna tell me anything else about it?
Where would the fun be in that? You gotta learn how to enjoy things. Especially working for Draven, that fucking lunatic.
I mean, this book could be empty and I'll enjoy it, but 600 gold's quite a lot. What happens if I step through that door and I open it and it crumbles to dust in my hands? What happens if I am an unsatisfied customer? Besides, telling everyone I've ever met.
That I'm a scammer. I'll tell you this. I'll do you a favor, all right? You give me 600. You walk out with that. You're unsatisfied. You come on back. You throw it right at my head. I'll give you your money back. How's that sound, Go?
What's that thought? Where's the... I'm not trying to deceive. What would I roll to get a sense of them trying to deceive? What is
I believe...
Is that
I believe that's insight. I believe that is insight. Yep.
Is it insight? I wanted to see if there was that or a different option I could make. Because I've got a question to ask first and then a decision to make.
Yeah.
So good news and bad news. Good news is that we got feet. And the continued good news is I took telepathic. The bad news is that I took telepathic. So there's that as an option. There's various versions of, let's see, friends, which is friends I have now as a cantrip. And friends is a charm. Is a charm person. So I've also got friends. I've also got 2 different ways to cast detect thoughts.
You have a wonderful way to trash things here. It's great.
Yeah. But so it's a matter of, fucking.
So what's your plan of attack?
Friends as a cantrip might be where I might go, but I think I'm going to, because I can do either of these. I've been trying to figure out which would be better, identify or detect magic in this case, and I'm not sure. So I think identify, because if it has any magic, it would just tell me there's magic involved.
True.
But I don't want to be like, here, give me that real quick. I kind of want to ask and see what they say. And then open the tab that says friends for a cantrip and reread that. Okay. Do you mind if I do a very minor casting, not touching it at all, to see if I can see anything off of this object, and we'll go from there on the if you have to pay me back or anything at all anyway?
Fair enough. Don't open it, though.
No, I won't even touch
it. Buy it.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to touch it. I don't want to touch it. I like my flesh where it is. I'm very nervous of mimics. If anyone's noticed yet, mimics scare me. So then I guess we'll do identify.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Oh, I have to touch it for identify.
Just.
Is he touching it with bare flesh?
At the moment, no.
Was he when he took it out?
Yes.
Have I seen him? All right, I feel a little bit better about it, but like I'm just gonna boop it.
Yeah, just a quick boop. Just a little
Yeah,
boop.
just gonna beep.
Just a little
So,
boop.
all right, a little boop right on its little tiny corner
Just a little boop.
for identify.
That will identify the object, but unfortunately not anything inside. It is an enduring
Yeah.
spell book.
Mhm. Hey, that's
which is
all I
common.
needed to know. Yeah.
Which is common, fun fact.
Yeah, that's all I needed to know was
Yep.
anything about it that it wasn't just something in pleather and cubic zirconiums.
No, this is actually legit.
And-
A legit good piece.
Yeah. Like, all right, 600 you said?
Yeah.
Have you opened this?
I have.
And you're willing to part with it?
Yeah, I am. I think it's better used than just sitting around.
Usually true. What else do you have around here?
Well, it depends on what you need. I tried to be accommodating.
No, I see that. I don't know. I'm not really looking for anything in particular. This is quite nice, and I will take it. But before I go, because I'm probably going to grab this and run home and open it and spend the next several hours in candlelight going through it, or at least writing in it, depending on several things, you know. So, is there anything else of novelty, shiny, not too breakable?
Oh, he looks and you look, and there are some nice-ish items around here. It's nicest items that you can also afford.
Yeah.
It's not always the same thing. Willing to generally quote a pretty decent price on stuff, but let's go ahead and roll a d20 for me, if you could, please.
Let's see if I can. D20. Roll. Rolling. It is an unmodified 13. It's
Okay.
13.
You do, amongst the various items here,
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. You do find one object that does seem pretty nice. It is this. It's a glass rod, and it's about 2 feet long, with little brass ends. It's down through it. There's this very, just less than a hair thickness set of wires going down through the middle of it, and you can see little boats and sparks run up and down the aisle. It is fascinating to look at. Also, of course, something magical. It definitely looks neat.
Has this taken longer than the 10 minutes for identify?
It has not, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So identify is object specific, if I'm not.
Oh, wait, no, that is.
Is it? Oh, is it? I didn't know if it was
detect
like
magic.
Yeah,
detect magic is general. Identify, you have to touch the object.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2 different.
How long before I can cast it again?
I'll tell you what. Your general wibbliness. We'll say you can cast it again. That would be fine.
Right. I will boop it.
You need a quick little boop. It does kind of have
boop.
the like when you touch a battery feeling. It's a little. It's got a little spicy.
You can say lick the battery because Tanner probably has, out of curiosity. Let's face it.
It's a little
this can't be
licky.
the way they tell me. Oh my god, it was. Yeah,
it's a little battery
that's
licky.
fair.
That's a wand of lightning bolts.
Ooh. I like lightning bolts.
That ain't bad.
Ain't bad.
Was there something else? Tell me if it needs attunement or how many charges.
Yep, that's where I'm going right now.
Oh, that's
if
actually
you would
something-
be kind enough to roll a d6 for me.
Sure.
Wand of Lightning Bolts has 7 charges.
Yep. Generally
Each
on the
costs an
thing, but
action.
Yeah, we're gonna see how many it got left.
yeah.
6! I rolled a 6.
Okie
DC
dokie.
15.
Pretty safe.
That boy is
Mhm.
charged up and ready to go. It is made of zap.
Sweet.
It will cast
Zap.
the 3rd level version
Zip
of
zaps.
Lightning Bolt.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
You can increase the spell
I can
slot
use
level.
it shit as a taser.
You can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge. It recovers a d6
Oh,
plus
dear.
1 daily at dawn. If you burn all the charges, you roll a d20. On the 1, it crumbles.
I'm gonna need notes about that little bit.
Yeah, it's
It'll have
from
charges.
that
when you
detail.
equip it in D&D
Yeah.
Beyond,
No,
it'll have
It'll tell you.
charges.
It'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Oh, okay, cool.
It'll
Alright,
keep.
sure.
That is the
I'll
one
do
good
that
thing.
when
It
I'm
keeps
done.
track of all that. Shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
You just don't ever want to use that last charge.
Yeah.
Now, what is
basically.
your cash situation?
Well, you wanted 600 for the book.
Yeah.
Both of these items together. What are you thinking? Let's start there.
Well, you willing for a trade? Just a little thing. Because I'm pretty sure it might be
Possibly.
a little bit outside your price range. I'll tell you what, I'll give you both for 800 altogether. And you give me a smile. How's that sound?
Well, there's a slight problem with that.
Oh.
I have to remove my face.
Suppose that's true.
I could have just ding, there you go, but can I just give you the 800 gold? And we'll say I owe you one maybe at some point.
Fair enough, but that's the thing to keep in mind. No, it's fine. Give me the 800. Give me the 800. It's fine. I won't press on you.
I appreciate that. The 800 will do me just fine. And we're just leaving it at that? No tradesies? Or tradesies?
No. I think you've been through enough. Haven't you?
Today or last week?
He's kind of working, putting things around. Don't worry your head too much. Ed, I remember before too. That's all right, though. I think you maybe went a little bit farther than I did. But we both end up the same way.
We should all end up the same way. We should.
Yeah,
By whatever grace could ever possibly exist, we should all end up the same way. We don't sometimes, but we should.
and some of us don't end.
It's true. We should all end up the same way, and yet somehow, some don't.
Somehow here we are. Listen, you come round again, you need something, but come a little bit heavier in the pocket, all right?
Yeah.
Use this
that's
stuff
great.
in good health, all right?
Oh, I will be using this stuff. I will be using
And-
this stuff, and I will be coming back.
And remember, relax. It's later than you think. Goes shuffling off. And this is what the fuck is going on. What the fuck is going on? Incidentally, your spell book if you would like to crack it open and poke at it,
I'm
I can
gonna
tell you some things.
I'm gonna shove that thing in my cloak, and I'm gonna
Scuttle
my little some odd colored ass all the way back to some odd tavern, right past anyone I see, and up the stairs, however many fucking stairs, and directly into my room, and I will shut the door, and I will lock the door, and I will breathe a sigh of relief, and then I will open the book.
Pwah. It is not empty.
Neat.
And it's, there, probably had a fair bit of acquaintanceship with spell books. They're intended to hold spells. They hold the outpourings of a lunatic mind.
It's about what I would have done to it. Probably. It's enduring.
It's not.
It's Draven's spell book.
It is. This does seem to be a little jank. However, there are some actual spells in here, which we'll go over in a moment. But it does seem to have that kind of like someone was jotting stuff down periodically, and there was stuff going on. But regardless, spells that are in the book, do you want them? Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, but for time, you could just send me what they are.
I can absolutely do that
At some other point, because we could be here all night with that.
Yeah, no, there's a couple. So,
is the writing comprehensible?
It generally is. You're gonna have to work it.
It could be bad handwriting, but are there discernible letters of, oh, this is a language that is generally understood?
Yeah, this does seem contemporary. There doesn't seem to be a whole hell of a lot of the whatever the fuck is going on.
Typity type type typity type type typity type type type.
Horse shit.
The arcane horse.
All work and no play make Jack a dull boy.
Yeah, my name is Ruin.
That's what I was asking. Like, I don't want to open this and be like,
but there's nothing immediately jumping out. However, it is as Tatter kind of pokes around. Well, once the eyes don't burn out of the skull, the first hurdle in anything. You start poking into it. There's some good spells in here, and there does seem to be something odd. Because one of the things that does come up, a good solid bread and butter spell, Ray of Sickness, which seems like more of a meme spell than it is, but it absolutely is.
Yep.
That's some good shit.
Yep.
And being relatively good on that, and seeing kind of scribbled next to it text that says, "Yeah, that's a good one." And
this is about what my book will look like little stars, but in different colored ink.
Just different pieces. And
I'll have this bitch color coded by the morning.
It's doing that and then looking and seeing that right below it says, "I like red."
I also enjoy red sometimes, so yeah, understandable.
It's inattention. If your view shifts for a moment, the text will either change or there'll be more than what it was. And it seems to be able to follow your thoughts. You don't know what the hell that means, but it doesn't seem antagonistic. It's not some kind of eldritch runes or sacrifice your firstborn to me, but
way longer than it should have been to understand what was happening.
Yeah. Exactly. You were just in character. That's all.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no, color red is pretty. Wait.
It's just looking, and it just said hi.
Hello.
Your name's Tatter?
Might be. I feel really weird talking to absolutely no one, even though I do that most of my day. Hello. Might be.
Hi. There's a little bit of back and forth because it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there's a
It just
stunned
kind of
creature holding a book and it's responding.
this is upsetting, but this is the dream of every introvert. What the fuck?
My books are talking back to me, and they're polite.
They're polite. They're not
And
even
it's
evil.
polite. It's not trying to eat me yet, but it's polite about it.
It will respond to things. You don't even necessarily have to say it out loud. If you just kind of think it real hard, it will respond. You don't know how the hell that's working, or what the fuck is up with that shit, but it responds.
I very gently put the book down, open on the bed, and I take enough step backwards where I can still read it, and I say, "What's your name?"
I don't know.
Well, that's fair. I also am not sure of my name, but that's fair.
I think maybe I died.
What? Are you me?
Who are you?
I'm no one.
Oh. Meanwhile, just in the deep back of Tatter's head is, am I having a stroke? Is this what a stroke is like? Is this what's happening?
Is this what talking to me is like?
Why is this reminding me? Why is this
Yeah,
reminding me of the Kendraki butterflies?
Oh, I
don't know. What is going on?
Right?
So, I don't know if anyone needs a break or anything. Just hit the 11 mark. I don't know.
I can go for a break. I can go to the bathroom.
Quick little jaunt as Tatter loses her little fluffy mind.
My marbles. Where have they
Inarticulate screaming. Angry moth noises.
Take 5.
We'll take
Angry
5.
moth noises.
Be back short. There it is.
Angry moth.
I want this to be my ringtone on my phone. I'm sorry. So, Doug and I have done this item before, and we love it. It's the Confinement Comics Nighttime Bedtime Book and Sticker Set. It's customer top rated for a number of reasons, but our Kickstarter price is $13. You're saving $3.50 today. I gotta say, the fact that we ship internationally is incredible. Your item number is T541-42069. Very nice. So here's the cool thing. You have a lot of choices. You have different SCPs you can choose. You have the Song of Genesis, the Never-Ending Pizza Box, Hernan the Cannibal, and you also have P-Shud number 31. He's like P-Shud. And these are all anomalies that meant so much to, at least to me, when I was growing up. But there's a different twist now. They're laced with messages. So I'm going to bring in Doug so we can talk about all these messages and the choices that you can choose for your little one when it's time to wind down. They say reading to your baby will make these stories comfy and cozy, and I absolutely agree with it. Doug, where are you? Because listen, I'm starting to talk in a hushed tone now. I'm starting to wind down a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. So these are, well, we know number one that the most important thing you can do is to read to your children. Read to them at bedtime, read to them at nap time, and that you will instill a love for reading, and then they will read on their own. A lot of times they read from these books and we think that they're learning to read or that they are reading, but they're actually just repeating what they've heard over and over, and then suddenly they are reading. So this comes from the American Sticker Company. They make these beautiful, soft, silky stickers that match the book. So you're going to get that combination set together in front of you. You've got Peanut ready to go. That's the way it comes packed up. The sticker is 51 by 51 millimeters, so this is adorable. And it is a true baby sticker size. And what I mean by that is it's easy for them to pull and carry around with them because it is the right size for a little one. Look how adorable this is. So, great illustrations. These are way updated for today's children. That is the Hard to Kill reptile. Do you remember that one? They were disgusting.
I do now. Before I wasn't sure. It wasn't the most popular like Peanut, but now I do remember it.
So, issue 3, which is £80 weight, by the way, which I absolutely love. Mr. Wilson, pull me out, they're coming. It's Dr. F. Wilson. I did not go through 5 years of school and internships not to be regarded as such. So these words are adorable. The sentences are perfect, and the illustrations are amazing. Look at that. And what happens is they will have the same art style on the stickers.
Yeah.
And they will have it with them wherever they go. And it will remind them of the story or the phrasing, however you do it. Don't you wish you had this adorable peanut? Beautiful, soft luster. It's a lustrous sticker. No cracks, no shedding. Hypoallergenic. Easy to clean, by the way. Tumble dry. It's just perfect. Just don't use dryer sheets. That could cause an RK class reality restructuring event. You don't need anything like that. They're silky and shiny as it is. Whichever one you choose, it's a hard decision to make, I gotta be honest, because they're all that.
Well, listen, at this price you could get, like, how much? We know how important reading is, but also, can you put a price tag on moments when you're reading to your child or your grandchild? You cannot, and so books are something that they're always going to benefit from. Like, I remember my mom would read for me, it was a Pepper's Ghost Story, and I think it said something like, stop reading this and go away, this poem wasn't meant for you, or something like that. I can't even remember, but listen, I'm far from being 3 years old, but I still remember the times when she would read to me, and she said sometimes it would get late, and she would say it wrong, and I would correct her, still not knowing how to read, but I would correct her, and it's those moments that we look for. And Doug, we talked about two different things. One is we love pairs. I love stickers and books, but I also love the message that's in this. It isn't just about reading, it's about never giving up and all the other messages that are laced into each of these stories.
That's right. And you know what? These are customer top rated. When people get these home, they absolutely love them. They just love the stickers, the smooth and silkiness. They love the real book. They love the messaging. So it's just about whatever one you choose. So many people will remember so many of these choices. Again, which one is the most difficult decision you have to make?
So many choices, and I'll give them to you again. Fine dining, Connor turns into a log in this one, and 31 meatball subs and counting. It's the Confinement Comics Nighttime Bedtime Book and Sticker Set. Pre-sale price $13 per issue. That's a savings of $3.50. Thank you so much, Doug. I can't wait to read every one of these. And friends, for all of those that love existential bedtime horror stories for the look.
We're back.
Hello. Oh, no.
Hello, we're discussing teeth, not that kind, that kind.
Yeah.
The other kind. No. I'm sorry, no, it was just, we're discussing names, I'm sorry, just something that, again, brief aside. It was the first time, way back in the old days, when we had IRC. The IRC was how people chatted. Back in the olden time.
When you used to walk uphill both ways in the snow.
To just to post a new one.
Just post a new
one. Before we had the acronym SKIPS, before we went into that goal, I had posted a picture of my son when he was still a baby.
Ooh.
17 years ago.
boy.
But I had posted, and it was the first thing I said, "Oh, look, a cog." I'm like, "Shut up!" Because I'm gears, and obviously my children are cogs. And it's like, okay. Anyway,
I fondly remember the day, where like there was a thread where like people were like, "Hey, when are we getting an SCP Discord?" And the mods were like, "Only no, you're never getting an SCP Discord."
Yeah, that was bullshit. Knew that was going to change.
Yeah.
So coming back, as people sort of reconvene to the Blind Pig, either out of terror, fear, or escaping their responsibilities, we have varying degrees. Again, I imagine Tatter, kind of hurtling through. We have Filial and Coraline kind of processing.
I'm still laughing about it. I don't know about Caroline. That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, Caroline's laughing too.
Destroyed a business for no reason.
Caroline's laughing too.
Can I buy you a beer when we get in? That's the least I owe you.
Yeah, I'm assuming we were all out at the same time, just in different places. So we'll probably all reconverge at different times, but maybe similar enough. if they got there before me, which works great for me, they could see that I'm, trying to hide something under my cloak as I scurry up the fucking stairs without making eye contact with anyone. No.
As soon as you
just I don't know where Sam is, or if they will find them, or is there before us, or anything like that. Was more complex, not simpler, but maybe quicker than having Caroline trample somebody's poor shop.
Yeah.
And me looking through spell books and searching for knickknacks.
That was just for the walls.
Honestly. I mean, hey, at least it wasn't the smithy. Like, I actually want to go back to that place.
No.
Oh,
no. That was a consideration. Like, this isn't really kind of the kind of place that Caroline would go. So
easy to keep Caroline out of there in the future if need be.
Yeah.
I left the cat at home, I swear.
And I have Mask of Many Faces. If they want to ban me, I can go in and pretend to be someone else. Yeah.
Oh, Caroline actually, like, when you off the full Beal, Caroline's like, oh wait, shit, I know I forgot something. I meant to pick up catnip. Oh well.
It's fair.
Oh.
It's fair.
Beer.
It's got no catnip to put in it. Gosh.
What was the barman's name? Was Barman or Barkeep or something like that?
Oh God.
I
read name so quickly.
Mr. Barkeep.
Barkeep.
Bar to his friends.
Barkeep, or if there's
Keep
a barmaid or something. Four of them. 4 beers.
Bar people. Bar persons.
You hear a general.
There's just 2 of us.
You hear a general bark back. Again, the barman's kind of a big fellow, and you get the feeling that maybe he doesn't. You're getting the vague impression that the bar might be named after him. He's a big boy, and he doesn't seem to see too good. Anyway, the beer comes. The beer does come along without too much issue. It's not bad.
It's beer.
Jason.
It's certainly beer. It's alcoholic. It's been made from plants.
We'll find a corner booth because I got that we can see the door from, because we're keeping our eye out for Sam. We already saw Tatter zip through.
Yeah.
And as we drink our beers and watch out for the 2 to come back, I'm gonna go through the bag.
Okay. Start tossing the bag, seeing what you can see, seeing what you can bring up. There's some interesting bits here. Again, we're kind of trying to target the general area that seemed tasty.
Yeah.
A couple of these are like bits of statuary or things that obviously look like they were probably chipped off of something else. However, interestingly, 1 or 2 of them do have vaguely similar glyphs to some of the shit you saw on those the outside stuff, the dark stuff. Again, can't necessarily make hide nor hair of it, but it definitely seems similar. Like this came off of something with kind of a similar aspect, maybe.
Similar glyphs to like the stone that we entered for the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very, very much so. I'm not sure if it's exactly like the exact same thing, but there's definitely some similarities.
I'll cast a detect magic.
Casting over, yes, son of a bitch. A couple of the things here have that magical taint, that kind of dark taint to it. They don't seem to be necessarily enchanted. Again, they're just kind of lumps of stone. But it is unsettling. Kind of just see they're just kind of sitting there. Apparently it's just sort of a thing. Amongst the proceeds, though, you do find a chunk. Again, just sort of, you're pretty sure it's stone. Certainly kind of feels like stone. But one side just has a perfect mirror finish. And you thought maybe it was just scratches or flaws in the stone initially, but that appears to be very, very tightly written text etched into the stone somehow. It's actually fairly interesting. It does have a little bit of that kind of other darkness taint to it. However, it does have a little bit of string around it, which hooks to almost like a tag. But it seems, kind of be a piece of art. And you can see some scratched out portions and some text, like someone kind of started and stopped several times. And the only real legible portion says, "The gods are afraid."
That's scratched onto the mirror.
No, that's on the tag that's attached to this mirror piece. Like, it almost looks like someone was trying to translate or kind of do something down, but that's what's the most legible on that tag. The mirror surface itself, like, you're compounded by the fact that it is absolutely teeny tiny text, but it doesn't appear to be magical in and of itself. It's a chunk about maybe forearm big, give or take. Just kind of this sliver with one mirror surface, and there's this tight writing down the surface of it. Kind of put a glass on it and start poking at it. Maybe you could make something out, but it is very interesting looking. Probably the neater bit out of the things you swept.
Is that the two stones and the mirror stone?
And then it kind of a random assortment of bits and bobs, things that don't really seem to be particularly valuable, or some things that are valuable because they're made out of something like semi-precious stones or bits of silver, or whatever the hell. But nothing of particular sharp interest.
All right. So the one of the stones and the mirror stone, I'm gonna identify.
Okay.
See if I can glean any more off of them.
Going off of this, the other stones, you're pretty sure these are parts of statues. That these are not just hunks off of something. These are parts of statues. And again, there's a lot of similarities to the tomb, to the thing you went into, the dungeon you went into. But it does seem to be different. They're similar, but they're different. You couldn't say that they came from the same source, but there are some similarities. Out of the stones, one of them does have some odder properties. You can't immediately identify what stone that is. Like, it's closest to granite, but you're not completely sure. The other one is much more mundane, and much more recognizable. The mirror stone is completely alien. You're not even sure that's actually rock. It feels like it, but it's can't identify. You don't have any frame of reference for whatever the fuck this is. However, you're pretty sure the text is translatable. It's not that arcane dark gibberish. It's messed up and it's old, but you're thinking this is translatable.
Any magic to it?
That kind of that darkness taint. It doesn't seem to have any inherent enchantment, just that taint. That seems to flow through.
Okay. Comprehend languages.
Comprehend language. This is slightly compounded by the fact that you need to get an actual magnifying glass to get down to actually see it. It's so tiny. So you just crouched over trying to read this.
Glasses gang.
Glasses gang. See?
Glasses fucking gang.
See? There's a point to it. it's getting into it. To paraphrase, because there's a lot of these and thous in this shit. This is some old, like, you could call this common in the same way that you could call ye olde English. It's not the same beast, but it is doable, and it's actually kind of alarming because you would expect something more like a religious text or something like that. This has all the earmarks of someone trying to panically put it, panicking and putting something down. It does ramble a little bit and seems to go in circles, but what this seems to detail is that something absolutely terrible happened. They're not completely sure what the hell it was, but they do know that various powerful forces, including elements which would be called gods or divine, and they use the terms oddly interchangeably, attempted to stop this darkness, this bad shit, and largely failed. It describes that it wasn't even like there was a fight. There wasn't combat. They describe it as someone trying to hold back a tide. That whatever this force was, whatever happened, was either too big or too powerful or too strange for beings to hold back, and that it proceeded to charge and rush over. And as it describes in the text, like robbers, invaders, and saboteurs, many of the seats and homes of the divine were overridden by beings that knew not what they were. That there was this.
Oh, I think we lost Nolan.
Oh no!
Before you get
no.
too far.
Before we get too far.
Oh no.
We'll see if he comes back around. Nolan, you're lost.
Before you get too far gone.
Before we get too deep.
Oh boy.
It happens. It happens.
It do.
So how's everyone doing? Everyone having fun?
Oh.
Oh, hey, there we go.
I don't got answer that
I'm
question.
Ha!
Yeah.
You take your
Sorry about
question
that.
and you shove it.
Shove it everywhere!
I made him stop so he wouldn't miss too much.
There we go.
There you go.
Many seats and homes of the divine.
Yum.
How much did you miss?
These are questions.
Well, actually, I guess the real question is, what do you remember?
I remember. I can recount as need be. That's why we get. He is back.
Wait, are you asking
Just
me
make
or?
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I am asking you. Nolan.
Okay.
No, I was gone for like 10 seconds. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Let's
That
go. Many seats and homes of the divine. That's where I stopped taking notes.
the seats and homes of the divine were overtaken by forces and darkness that knew not what they were, neither seat nor home. It goes on to describe that the divine and many of the gods were thrown out as if ejected from their homes, not even killed or maimed, just simply displaced by these forces, and that elements of these forces found it pleasing, that they sort of moved in. It again, a lot of more dramatic and unsettling terms, but it's like a squatter coming in and getting deliveries for whoever used to live here and just accepting them. Because why the fuck not?
True.
These darker forces oozed in and started absorbing what was there. People's worship, people's devotion, elements of their connection, utilizing this to seep and push. And that this is a disastrous thing for the world. And that elements of this can be pushed back, that this seep, this reaching, because this is apparently giving these forces the ability to reach out and sort of interpret themselves in ways that can touch, that can grip and squeeze, and
tear.
that they're trying to stop it, but that it might not be stoppable. That, like a cancer, they can pare it back but not completely remove it. That this might not even be fixable. That this infection has taken root in a way like a tumor in a major organ. It's not killing things, but if you try to remove it, it will kill. And the worst part of this is it goes into this rambling screed about it, and then the stone breaks. It's just this shard. It looks like it kind of trails off, and there's a few little bits of text and lines near the bottom. But it looks like this was part of some larger piece. And you just have this one shard. And it's just... What the fuck? It is unsettling, admittedly. But a problem. But that's a large portion of it. Again, not completely sure what the hell. Pretty sure it's stone, but the language and text therein, it paints a very unsettling picture.
I'm gonna put the 2 lumps of stone back in my bag.
Mm.
I'll collect the bits and bobs to go hawk later out of the semi-presses. What's the gold value of this?
A quick, just kind of toss around and look at stuff. Probably going to turn 120, maybe 150 to the right buyer.
All right. I'll say 120 to the easy buyer, low effort.
Yeah.
All right. And so the only things left on the table should be the mirror stone and the adamantine armor and the birdcage.
There we go.
And,
and that is absolutely hilarious because the birdcage, it just sounds like there's a bird in there.
It's still
like
tweeting.
A small bird. It will occasionally, it doesn't do it all the time. It just occasionally, like you'll hear like feathers sound, like the sound birds.
Moon's haunted.
But there's no spirit. There's no anything. It's just there's the negative presence of a bird.
How strange. Was this mirror in the birdcage? I missed that part.
No, that was part of the
that
things that
great.
I collected as Caroline was rampaging the
That would have been great. Because, a lot of the times people, shouldn't, but hang mirrors in their bird. They shouldn't, but they do, and that would have been really funny.
Yeah.
Mystical mirror for a bird.
Yay.
Unless it's a piece
Wonder
of
what
one
kind
of
of trouble
those
these
mirrors.
other 2 got into.
Oh yeah.
I tell Caroline, all of the things that I pick up off of the items. You wouldn't happen to have a spell that could clean things, would you?
Me, no. I have a cloth.
Well, let's tat her when she comes back down.
Tatter, do you leave your new friend to go downstairs?
Nope.
Actually,
that's a silly question.
Maybe Sam
that was.
I'm gonna pass out reading this damn thing and talking to it, wondering what the fuck. I might come downstairs, ask for more candles, and then go back
Do you
upstairs.
like sweets? Yes, I like sweets. I like sweets too.
How do you feel? How do you feel about blank? Oh well, blankety blank blank blank. Me too.
It's
so odd.
We're getting along. Not going crazy. You're sure other people will see this.
Achievement unlocked. Have made book friend.
There it is.
I love books, and now
It's the dream
I've
of
met
introversion.
One. Yes, I have
the
met
dream
a
of introversion.
No, but I will be talking to this book more and trying to like not too much bullshit.
No.
Oh no!
You want to talk to the book while we wait for
Nolan's
Nolan?
right here. What happened? Nolan's mic
Nolan
is
is
muted,
gone.
but Nolan is here, as far as I can tell.
I didn't.
He's not in video. There he is.
Yeah, he was there for me.
He's not.
Sorry, I don't know what's
There we
going on
go.
with my connection. It just
He's
keeps
struggling.
He's been
He
there
is-
for
he
me.
is
He disappeared
dialing
a minute
in
ago, but he's been there
from the
when you
back
said
of a
something.
semi,
I'm
flying
not-
down the highway, grabbing the
How-
Wi-Fi where he can.
I couldn't see him on Twitch. Is the
Oh
thing.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
when he disappeared earlier.
it's not
Oh.
hearing me.
Twitch is like a good 20 yes. Twitch is like a good 20-30 seconds behind what we're doing
Oh.
right now. So when he
Can you-
disappears on there, that means he's probably back by
Wait,
now.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yes.
I'm watching.
It's
Twitch,
broken
but
up.
I'm
Your
listening to you.
connection seems to be pretty bad, but yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I cannot hear it. I cannot hear or see
For
Nolan,
God's
but
sake.
if he's around, I'll take it.
You can't hear or see him, like
I
seriously.
cannot in any way. In any way.
I don't know what's going on.
Have you
I
tried
hear
turning
and
it
see
off
no
and
one.
turning it on
I've done
this.
more.
I don't
I've
wanna-
done more with less. Going to DM for someone who I cannot see or hear in any capacity.
Well, Nolan, we know
Jesus
you're
Christ.
here, and we can hear and see you.
Yeah.
So
Validate existence.
we'll wait for Sam if Tatter wants to talk to her book. Then is that okay with you, Caroline?
Yeah.
But you
Also-
don't know I'm talking to a book.
Well, that's
Well,
what to be fair.
I'm just
Yeah.
Also,
You're not gonna know I'm talking to a book.
She's
if
keeping
I'm
that
weird enough.
whatever Tatter's doing in her room, she
Yeah.
can do while we wait on
Yeah.
Sam. Jesus
Also,
Christ.
Filial, I may have been a little bit premature in saying that I don't know a spell that can clean this. It's more like I don't know if I don't have a spell, actually.
All right. Well, we can see if Sam knows one when he gets here.
Oh
Okay.
no, she's retarded.
No.
It's that meme.
No,
Oh
she
my
just doesn't.
God.
She just doesn't know her spell list. That's
No,
it.
it's just
Prestidigitation is the spell.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
But she's just a dude.
I know that.
Wait, your intelligence is so low you don't know your own spell list?
Oh my god.
She knows
That
the
is
paladin
some
one because
roll.
that's the
She's
one
a-
that she chose.
She's an orange cat.
She didn't reject it. She just explained.
Those brain cells met when she realized what you were pulling in the shop, and now you're gonna have to wait for them to meet again someday.
Also, she does actually have 10 intelligence. It's just that she's a little bit of a doof.
No, she's very direct on. She's good where she's good with stuff, and then outside of it, man, she's like some kind of harem protagonist. She just doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
It's just not. Nothing clicks. It happens. She's a doof. She's a bit
She's
of.
a doof.
She's oddly a himbo. Yeah, I
Caroline has
like, no,
golden
I-
retriever
He's a
energy.
female hembo. Oh my god.
yeah, no, I'm sorry that's the thing, but that's the term.
Like, a
female
bimbo is a
himbo
very
and make it
specific
that-
thing.
No,
So,
bimbo's a very specific thing.
like, I'm a
Female
bimbo. She's a himbo.
Confession. Demonetized.
I'm
Anyway.
a bimbo. Is a fucking t-shirt.
Didn't they
Quote
just read
Phantom
you
2024
the terms?
underneath it.
Fuck.
So did you see with Cascas said a herbo, if you will.
A hobo. That is a.
Can any of
Yes,
you hear me?
we have been able to
Yes.
hear you. Can you hear us?
Hi.
Can you hear us?
You can
We
hear
have
me?
been able to hear you.
I can see and hear
That's
all
it.
of you except for
I'm
Cassie.
sorry.
And Gears can't
Cassie's
see
here.
him.
Yeah, I can't see or
I've done
hear
more
her.
with less.
Nope. This might be a. Is this a
Okay,
good
I'm
time?
thinking at this point, I don't
I
know
think
what's
this
going
might-
on with my connection. I
this
think you guys
might
might just have to finish this without
Be
me.
it. I don't know.
Or
Yeah.
bounce
Um,
out, try bouncing out and coming back and see if that fix it. Like exit out of Video Ninja, come back, and I'll put you back in the OBS.
Me or Nolan?
Nolan.
Nolan.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say.
That's probably
I'm the
why you
DM.
can't.
Yeah, you've only
I
had
I'm the
kept
like.
trying
DM
to
of a
say,
Leo.
yes,
If you
I
make me
hear
go
you,
away,
but
I'm
you
gonna
couldn't hear
vanish like a
me.
fairy. Terrible.
I'm clapping!
I gotta
I'm
clap.
clapping as hard as I can, Gears!
Like, even though we're not there, I'm very interested in the Tatter talking to the book. So,
Yeah.
He's back. I can see the
okay,
man.
let me.
Yeah. Are we all here now?
Thankfully, the
Okay,
doppelganger
you got
has
us, Nolan?
returned in various capacities.
Yes.
We're going
Yes.
through. Fantastic.
Are we all here?
Yep.
All right. Good.
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
don't know what was going on.
No.
It happens.
We've lost you like once or twice, but that last time you came back,
Like
in,
everybody
apparently
else
was
could
not
see and
having
hear
it.
you. I could not see or hear you in any capacity. I don't
And
know
then for
what
some
that
odd reason, you couldn't hear or see me, and yet I kept trying to be like, "Yes, Nolan, we can hear you." Every time you asked,
Every
and
time, yeah.
guess you weren't getting any of that.
I don't know what's going on. I'm in a
Anyway,
cave.
let's continue.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yes.
So
A herbo, if you will. That's yeah.
That's so good.
oh god.
A bim. A bim.
I'm
Okay.
avoiding the auto mod. I'm avoiding the auto mod. Just add an O
Okay.
to that.
Nope, bim.
GH.
That's it now on. From now on.
Is Sam
Yep.
coming back?
Yeah, what's Sam
Is-
doing? I imagine
Yes.
obsessing over a violin to a certain extent.
I thought you meant
Yeah.
Nolan never
I
came
think
back.
Sam is only like the first time everyone else sees them is when they're in their new outfit that they got for themselves, going on to the stage, carrying the violin that they got.
It's clothing is describable by various means. This is basically very nice parsley. It's to accentuate the dish, which is Sam. Coming up and putting on a performance, I imagine.
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't the kind of performance that Sam was probably planning on giving, but recent events of the day has kind of shifted that a little bit. So I think what they do is like they just kind of get on stage and then just sort of like getting themselves ready into position and just start like playing the violin. And there is a song that I thought would fit to it. I shared it in chat because can't sing worth shit.
No.
Otherwise, I would say some lyrics here. But it's a very Sam gives a very like somber song that's more so like not something like they came up with. It's more so what was saying to them at one point. It's a lullaby in a way.
A little bit of a bittersweet. A little bit of bittersweet, but a nice one.
Yeah.
Just beautifully rolling out. And to spoil the moment entirely, roll me your performance.
Yeah, let me. Watch me fucking fail this one.
God,
I probably hear them upstairs, and I make a mental note to
yeah.
request YMCA in the future at some point.
That is an 18.
Ooh.
Okay. There you
That'll
go.
do her.
Yeah. No, there was
That'll
no way
do
that
her.
wasn't gonna go well.
It is.
We wouldn't allow that to not go well. If I have to fucking come downstairs and roll the hell,
Hand
that's
wave
not
that bitch.
happening.
Hand wave that bitch. No, it is beautiful. It is legitimately.
Lullaby, so everyone falls asleep.
No, but it does. You do see, again, it's evening, and the bar is starting to fill up a little bit. You get some people kind of definitely going with it. You have some people going, man, I should really call my wife. I should see how she is. Just people like hard dudes missing eyes and fingers, having brands that you typically get after you eat someone cooked into their face, going, I should have read more. You know, I'm just like, it's fine. I'm just, maybe I should quit drinking. That's people just kind of, a moment of reflection, going, you're not necessarily fixing nothing, but it's like, yeah, it's something that happens.
Our performance was so good, it made people think about what the fuck they're doing with their lives.
What are you doing in some of this fucking dingy ass bar? What the fuck am I doing?
We just got a thing on Twitch. Look at the stream.
Alright, let me see this.
We got a big blue box covering Giles' face.
You just added a browser source.
Oh no!
Browser sources let you. That's over Gears. That's the music. Oh, it's the music is playing.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, so they're hearing.
Who the hell
music
wants to
in
look
game.
at me anyway? It's fine.
Right?
This isn't even a negative. This is a positive.
We're here for your reputation.
Yeah, who cares? We have
and
no
your
one.
voice.
We still have a Gears representative. We just have a doppelganger. He's like T-Hoover.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That...
When your mom says we have Gears at home. I don't even want to say that because it's fucking mean, but it's you guys.
Okay, you know what? Fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys, man.
You guys look adorably.
Screw you
similar.
guys.
All
I'm
of the
going
best
home.
ways.
I'm going ham.
Oh my god. Somebody wrote, if I had a nickel for every time someone in the Skip community referenced Talking Heads today, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot.
There we go.
But it is a beautiful performance.
Delightful.
Really spell it out, and it touches some hearts, touches some souls.
Touching some
as
other things sometimes.
We've made it the whole way.
For the willing, I couldn't leave it alone. Touching me, touching you. I made it this whole night.
End of the day, you can hear anyone passing by Tatter's room can hear her singing that in the fantasy setting. She's a lunatic.
Sam stops the song. There's a huge round of applause, and it goes quiet. And from upstairs, far away, you hear "Sweet Caroline."
Ba ba ba.
Yeah, and no, nothing, no.
Just
not even like it's not good. You just hear somebody.
Indignantly playful. You dash. This is a lovely performance. A lovely performance on a lovely tool, but nevertheless, it is. Now, you. Yeah, I know. I set it up. I don't care.
Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard.
Yes, that. Don't ask me how I did it. I love that fucking guy.
Oh God. Posing. It's all right. Lovely job. You get that kind of alcohol experience. That kind of
individual claps. Let's go.
Scattered. But no, it is pretty nice. But you have some drinks. Tatter is whinging up in her room.
Yep, pretty much.
Sam putting on and an elf and a kitty having a drink, finding a degree of rapport.
By the way,
the true meaning of damage control. We have control and the damage.
Yeah,
2 different things.
By the way, Filial, I actually wanted to ask. I know that you're of a cloth, but I never got around to asking what is your faith? If you don't mind me asking, of course.
Do you know the blood of Vol?
Nope. Never hold a bowl.
The blood of Vol is it's a faith for those who put no faith in the gods.
Oh? That sounds very much like something I believe in, actually.
Well, one of the main tenets of the blood is that we are, as living creatures, connected, and the thing that connects us is a power that could be considered a divinity in its own right.
What?
So, sort of a belief in the power of the collective energy, the collective life energy of all living creatures on the same level as one of the gods themselves.
Oh, that is... I ain't ever heard of this religion, but that's actually you literally just named the literal thing that I believe in. Like, I came to that independent. No one taught me that, but wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's what and I point to the amulet that I'm wearing. It's the signet here, the dragon head and the red stone and the obsidian.
Huh. Wow. I might actually have to pick your brain about that for a while, because, like, wow, I'm actually very interested in that.
I mean, if you want to know about it, I'll share with you. I'm not one for proselytizing.
Yeah, understandable. Needle am I, but, like, you know, academics and all that. I ain't here to proselytize either.
I'm sorry. I would make you roll deceive, but she's too much of a derp. Why?
Too pretty. Too pretty. Just she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Pet the kitty cat. Oh, she's so pretty.
Do you want me to roll insight? I can.
That's on you if you want.
I mean, you can. Certainly.
Like, sounds like
it sounds completely odd. That's the problem.
Worst
Filial
that can
is her
happen
natural
is
predator.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Worst that can happen is you don't understand it, and that's just as bad as never trying. Yeah, that's it. So you always probably should.
Ooh.
Orange cats have brain cells. They transfer around. You don't have
Did
it.
the brain cells meet this time?
It ain't my turn with the brain cell.
Yeah, blood of Vol sounds legit.
Yeah, no, Duncan.
To Caroline, yeah.
Totally.
Which point of order, the blood of Vol is actually an organized religion as I have described it in this world.
Absolutely a thing. It is absolutely a organized religion.
I am not pulling that out of my ass.
No, he's actually not pulling out of his ass. However, Filial is absolutely full of shit. And I know I know what you're doing, you little shit. It's cool, but still.
I mean, hell, Caroline's genuinely an autotheist, so
No,
like,
she's fine. She has no reason. I'm sorry. This is gonna get so weird.
Maybe you came across a new religion sideways.
she literally just came to that of her own conclusion, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. She does not come in a world from a world where the blood of all is.
Well,
that sounds
take your
cool.
word for it, and I hope she doesn't find out any of us have ever lied to her. I worry for the person she deceives.
It's such a big ball.
She's so pretty and
It's
innocent.
so big.
Pretty and pretty. And did I mention
so-
pretty?
She's a muscle mommy. She is a muscle mommy.
Yes, she is indeed.
So how did you come to believe this on your own? Was there something before, or is it something you've always believed?
Well, I was raised by the government in a kid's home, but the thing is, I just know I'm gotta be honest. The guys never did anything for me, and I did like experiment with them and like try and pray, but honestly, no one ever answered my prayers except myself. So I just thought, fuck it, I might as well just do that.
Experiment.
Yes, yes.
Kids should experiment with religion.
They should.
Not in this fucking setting, they shouldn't.
No.
It's better than some drugs that I know.
That's a fucking terrible idea.
I mean, she just went to like local library and was like, okay, give me all like the things, and like, oh, here's the state approved religions.
Here's the state.
I was actually dedicated to the Temple of Lythander as a child.
Oh, I ain't familiar with that either, but
it's an elvish thing.
Huh.
Woods and gods of the woods and all. They didn't like the kind of questions I asked. I was a very curious child.
Understandable, honestly. To be honest, every time I like tried out a god's religion, well, just worshiping them, they always ended up disappointed in like some way. So, I mean, hey, if I disappoint myself, I'm the one to blame for it. So fuck it.
I'm so glad nothing untoward stuck. I watched The Possession of Michael King last night again. And this guy goes into this like, oh, my wife died, I'm depressed, whatever, but I don't believe in all this mumbo jumbo afterlife witchy hoodoo stuff. So he performs like every black magic experiment he can, and eventually something sticks. And all I'm thinking is, oh, I'm so glad nothing stuck to Caroline that we know of yet. And hopefully if it did, it's not too mean.
Lol. It's fine. Just listen to her chest and understand how normal every fucking thing is.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds just
fine. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I haven't even taken off my armor. I've been in full plate this whole time.
Yeah. Clank, clank, clank. Oh, the armor sounds of you attacking the shop.
Oh, wait.
Facing the dot in full plate. The clank.
Like throwing a bag of hammers down a flight of stairs.
Down a flight of metal stairs covered in hammers. Oh my god.
So did you just take off your plate?
No.
No,
we're just
no.
Yeah.
I'm just bringing it up like you've like these.
Yeah, the
just
reference.
So we're all aware.
I'm not even wondering about it. You're a cat and plate.
I know that I was bringing that out of character.
No, I had completely not forgotten, but I hadn't considered what that meant for that poor shopkeep until you said something. Because then I had been picturing a large humanoid giant muscle cat mommy meowing up on the left, just attacking a dot like my cats do. Only now they're wearing full plate.
Only 7
very
feet
much
tall
looks
and-
like a cop.
It's
I swear to God.
I'll wave Sam over to the table. Sam, just a moment.
Sam just kind of like gives it like a graceful bow to the audience, and then just like goes down to the table with the rest of the gang.
a ragged cheer from the unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tickled her bad. I'm sorry. But joining the happy throng. But I think we might wrap it for tonight, if that's okay. I don't know if... But getting on towards it, and I figure we bring it here, everyone kind of convening, except for Tatter, because she made a new friend in a book that totally exists, and she's not going insane.
I'm upstairs doing God knows what with God knows who.
Yeah. But we'll hang out for a little bit.
We're pretty sure I couldn't hide a whole body under my cloak.
I want to do two things before we go to bed.
Yes.
Ooh.
Just role play real quick.
Yep.
First, I'm going to ask Sam to prestidigitate my adamantine armor and clean it. Because I'm not putting that filthy shit on my body.
Understandable.
Yeah, Sam just kind of does that. So.
And that spectacular performance, Sam, that was an absolute treat.
Butter.
Oh, thank you, darling. You know, it wasn't what I was planning for, but certain events called for a certain occasion, one would say.
We do have a reason to celebrate.
Yes, I'm sure we do. And Sam just takes a sip of the beer.
Yeah. It's got that shit cleaned, at least.
And then the last thing I'll do before I go to bed is I take up the birdcage and I set it down outside Tatter's door, and I knock on the door, and I go to bed.
You hear the thump, Tatter.
I was gonna say, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
I don't have to speak out loud.
As I hear from the other side of the door, living on sponge cake, watching the sunset.
Wait, do you put a plushie in there?
No plushie.
No.
Bam.
And I'll put some of the bits and bobs that aren't worth any money but kind of look like interesting trinkets. Yeah, I'll put some of those in the birdcage and just leave it there.
So it goes quiet. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
So he leaves. Sounds end.
Yeah.
I in the room hear knock, 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 and creaking maybe, and I stop. I wait for possible more knocks. There are no more knocks, so I go to the door and I just stand there looking at the door, waiting for more knocks or any other sound. Just stare at the door for a hot minute. No more sounds. No more knocks. I opened the door and to one eye of the mask. Nobody's there. I hear I open the door a little more.
There was specifically not a bird in a bird cage.
This way, I look this way, I look down, I look this way, I look up. I pick up the cage and I bring it inside and shut the door.
Just care. He's not paranoid. What do you ask?
No. I probably shouldn't have touched the birdcage. It could be a mimic, but I am too overwhelmed by the evening. Roll.
I have an encounter.
Roll initiative. I will fucking murder you.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
But no.
I'll just no, that's fair. I deserve that.
I never identified that birdcage.
No, I'm gonna.
Oh no, you
I'm
didn't.
gonna at some point, but
I really want at some point for someone to do a hard.
So tell me what you want. What you really want.
For someone to do a really good detection, get it really solid. And someone go, oh, that's a mimic over there. Just have
if
it
you
go.
want to
Knock,
be
knock.
my mommy, you gotta be 7 feet. I'm so sorry.
Just absolutely natural 20 on a detection. It's like that pillar over there is a mimic, and it just goes no, not.
My God.
Anyway, things to look forward to. I think we had a degree of fun. I think a little bit of trauma, a little bit of fun. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nothing weird. Nothing
Yeah,
weird happened.
yeah.
Why would
There
anything weird
was a
happen?
bit of trauma.
A little bit.
There's a little bit of trauma.
I'm sorry I keep using Sam as a chew toy, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, fuck it, go for it.
I don't know. There it is. We had a lot of fun. We'll be hanging out for a little bit for the patron folk. Please follow us. Subscribe if you enjoyed yourself. If you didn't enjoy yourself,
go fuck yourself.
But subscribe while you're doing it. You have
you don't
two
like
hands.
Big Red?
You have two hands. But a lot of fun. We'll be back again next Sunday at 8 o'clock. Should be a lot of fun. I'm sure nothing terrible will happen. Why would anything bad happen?
Nothing ever.
Completely normal and
very
I
professional.
absolutely know what I'm doing. Absolutely professional. The necromancer won't sing any pop songs.
Nope. None of us will be late. Mostly me. We'll be ready to go. Our
everything will be totally
fine. We'll be clear and ready to go. Both the sides of our pillow will be cool. We'll have a nice time.
Not in any way be sucked through the abyss.
Yep. No abyss for us.
Fine. Everything will be totally fine and make sense. Look forward to it. We'll have more fun next time in the dark world, which is really weird that works out that way. But there you have it. A lot of fun. I know I enjoyed myself. I hope you all did as well. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye.